Episode 39 of the Kagura Bachi podcast.
Dukes of Weebdom!
Dukes of Weebdom!
39.
39. How's your week been?
Good.
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 I was hoping you'd open with something else, though. Instead of Kagura Bachi. You've been like...
Oh, no, it's the Kagura Bachi podcast. Why would I open with anything else?
Well, because you've been swapping it back and forth each week. What did you say last week? Do you remember?
Oh, I know you're trying to... I know you're trying to lead me. The Not Sakamoto podcast?
Because I read Sakamoto!
I had a feeling, too. And you're like, there's a lot to talk about this week. I was like, oh, is there? It was a slow week for manga, so what do you mean?
Because I felt this is what happened because I felt bad. I read an entire other manga, and then I was like, I can't come to the podcast and tell him that I
would be caught up by next week.
And then I read an entire manga and didn't read Sakamoto. So I read up to chapter 20 of Sakamoto as well.
Good.
But no, because as you know, I've been watching YouTube's been feeding it to me, so I've been watching it. A bunch of like manga recommendation videos, so I'll just watch them, save the title, and throw it in a list somewhere. And I've seen this one come up a few times of being like, "Don't read this. This is like disturbing, it's gross."
You're like, ooh.
And me being me, I'm like, let's find out. Everyone was like, saying it's like traumatized and all this. I was like, well, fuck it, let's get some trauma. It wasn't that bad. It was not what I was expecting at all. 26 chapters.
No pupa? It's not poopa?
No, it's the translation is probably off, but something like you're the cutest when you're dirty. Yeah. So if you know, you know.
Oh.
But it's basically so what kept me reading was for the girl that has like a mental break to snap back to how she was in the beginning, so everything would just kind of solve itself. Because she's like so it's Eurobait also. There's this girl in the beginning, and she's like the most popular girl in school. She's good at everything, blah 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 blah, but she's got a dark side. And her dark side, after school, she hangs out with this other girl. Quiet girl has a small friend group that's completely in the corner, you know what I mean? No one talks to her type deal. And this is where the gross disturbing stuff is that it's like, so the end of chapter 1, she walks up to her after school and she says, "Did you eat all of it? All of your lunch?" And she says, "Yes." And then the girl forces her to throw up on herself. And she like gets off on it.
Oh, I was so worried it'd be poop, but I mean, it's still not great.
There's some other questionable things, but it's only in the beginning. So it's like, I think that people read the first 5 chapters and couldn't get through that because then the whole narrative changes in the sense because it gets out that that's happening. So now her image is shattered and she has a complete mental break. But then, first off, everyone in this manga is fucking twisted and just complete scum. Everyone you think has this pretty face, it turns out no.
This will be related to something later too.
Oh
yeah.
So once the main girl's image is shattered, it turns out now the other girl is getting off on the fact that the main girl's image is shattered.
It's like a humiliation kick, but like by proxy.
But then the other girl goes like way further in it, like destroying this girl's like entire life, setting up hidden cameras in her fucking bed to the point where she can't leave her bedroom, making her wholly dependent on the girl she was bullying in the beginning.
Man, so, that last one shot you showed me really made you get a thirst.
It's basically from like the same videos, and then they just like run away for whatever reason. I'm like, why? Like, who they okay? And it's like one of her like the what got out was the quiet girl's friend, like one of her friends was mad at her for it and like exposed it. So fuck that bitch. She's gonna get what coming to her. But then they both die at the end. Because the girl that gets her life shattered tries to kill herself like 3 times, but can't do it because she gets scared. But then they're running away, and it's snowing, and then they end up dying in a playground, and they just like fall on the ground and like freeze to death. I'm like, that's not the ending I was expecting. But it was probably more than 26 because there was some .1 chapters in there.
Yeah.
But so I read it all in like one sitting.
I would be very upset if you
So
didn't read
I
Sakamoto.
put it down, right? It was all right. It was just something that it was good enough to keep me want to keep reading it. They were kind of short chapters too. So I'd say it would be, if you were probably to like close it all together, it was probably more like a 15 to 18 chapter, just with some of the lengths of them plus the .1s and stuff like that. So I just binged it, and each chapter made me want to keep reading the next, and I went into it knowing it only had 26 chapters. So as I was going through, I was like, whatever, I'll just bang it all out. So then I put it down, and I'm like, gonna go like play a game or something, would do something, I don't remember. And I'm just sitting there like, he would be really mad at me if I didn't read Sakamoto.
26 pages.
26 chapters.
26 chapters.
So I read like 3 chapters that night, and then I read the rest. The other 7 the next day. So I banged it all out.
I remember this guy's name. It's been so long since I read those 7 chapters.
The sniper guy. He was
I
pretty
loved
cool.
Him.
Yeah,
he
he's awesome.
Super good.
I'm surprised he wasn't at the end of it turned into what do you call it? An employee.
Right. Let me see where it left off now. There we go.
I took a screenshot of this panel, but I don't remember why. Just like, it was the first chapter.
Just because it looked good.
Yeah, he just comes out of nowhere choosing violence.
I always expect Shin to be like a Renji, and they never really go that route with him, it seems.
He
so
kicks
far.
ass. Yeah.
He's being ass.
I love this, because he's like, no, we gotta act serious, but it's like, totally having fun.
I should have jumped back to an earlier chapter to look at.
Yeah, no.
I went straight to 20. I was peeking around that.
I forget his name too, to be honest with you. And I feel like they only mention it like very briefly too. So it's like, what do you even go off of? The motorcycle chase was cool as fuck that they had chasing after I forgot her name too. I remember. Sakamoto.
Yeah,
Sakamoto.
so cold. I can't wait to see more and more of him. Negumo, the black-haired guy.
He was at the end of chapter 20, wasn't he? Or no, that was mid.
I'm on the chapter he was in now.
Yeah, because they walk into that building and he had already killed everybody.
But yeah, the motorcycle chase is where I went to it first, actually. That shit was sick with the invisible guy too on top of the cars.
Yeah, because that's where it ends, right? Because they bring the girl to Shin, where Shin grew up, like the lab that he was made into an Esper or whatever you mind reader.
Thinking that telepath. She was Shin.
Yeah, just because he's wearing his name tag and apron from the market.
The guy that turns invisible looked super cool too. Oh my god, the fucking motorcycle to the face.
Yeah, Sakamoto just he does not take any names. But at the same time has to.
Like that dude.
Yes. I was like, uh-oh.
I think I was always like...
Notable character coming through. Yeah. He's got a personality design.
Because everything's so white and breathable and open in his art style. And then this bad guy comes in and it's darker and like shiftier.
Yes. I was enjoying it quite a bit. And I also like it that, like in this one, Sakamoto doesn't just always, like, no diff everybody. No. You know what I mean?
That was another good thing with the sniper fight, too.
Yeah, it took off part of his hand real quick, like at the palm. It, grazed him, and then it grazed his cheek later, too. So he, took damage against that guy.
And even admitting at the end, too, oh, no, you kick ass. You're good at this.
Yeah, man. You go.
I think that was my favorite part of this whole section too. Even them befriending him at first, and then
that was so great when because he just came through and was like, "Oh, Sakamoto, huh? Yeah, it's a common name in Japan. Yeah, okay, there's multiples. You don't look anything like the guy in the picture, anyway."
And then the moment he finds out, again, it goes right into that cold feeling.
He starts crying. You betrayed me. I thought we were friends. I'm also extremely pleased that they actually won the 1 million and the 1 million yen.
Yeah,
and they did just like being like some
other rando.
Yeah, random spoof to make it so that someone else won it instead of them. Because I feel like that's normally
how it goes in anime.
How it goes, yeah. It's always something.
Just to get that punchline at the end too, like not even for any good reason.
Exactly, and it's like, come on, just give the main characters W.
You want your main characters being happy, haha.
Never. They will suffer definitely. It's like, okay. I don't think they need to though. But no, I enjoyed it, and had to, like I said, I could not read it.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Your assessment was 100% correct. I would have been livid.
Peak was extra peak today.
Peak was extra peak today, especially for like one of those sum up chapters too, like in between the plot chapters.
Yes, but also at the same time moving the plot forward. The main plot forward.
We got our new goal. We still don't know where Sanjome is in all of this.
The comments had mentioned the same thing.
Oh, I bet they did.
So I loved how the class president and her got a guardian angel. So she's obviously
the best of both worlds.
So it's like she didn't become a new party member with abilities, but is now able to tie in
abilities. Yeah.
Yes.
They left that leaves it open to give her abilities.
But like I said too, because now that I discovered this comment section below these chapters, someone else said it is like, at some point we need to have an arc where we don't add more people to the party.
It's true. So hopefully this is that moment. We have a good, well-rounded party.
Yeah, because I mean,
also I just noticed Kinto was not here. Thank God.
I don't want it to have what One Piece is currently having the problem with in what people mention.
Here's
because
our 100 character cast.
No, just the main cast of the 10 Straw Hats. It's not everyone gets the attention that they used to get in the past because now there's so many more of them.
Deserve.
Yes, but also at the same time, One Piece has way longer runtime than everyone else to try and it still doesn't give justice to everybody, even because so much is going on.
Yeah.
So I don't want something like Dandadan to fall into that where it's like, oh, we have too many in our supporting cast, so some of them are just going to get regulated to the sidelines. Though I'm totally okay with putting Eye Patch Girl.
Still such a bug out for her. She can't redeem herself to you.
No. She is a little bit, but it helps now that the narrative is being further pushed for the true aspect of this chapter, because I love how class president is having her little conversation with her new spirit guardian, but the artwork is just focusing.
I took a screenshot of that too.
Ken and Momo.
Shit out of Ken.
They're just
geeking
out with each other. And then the whole rest of the chapter is just pushes their relationship. He comes back to say, to make sure he says, see you tomorrow. She gets all like this whole panel, she's just like, blush, 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 blush.
Did all the walking all the way to her bed.
He looked me in the eye. Oh.
And then back to being dorks.
The argument the next morning about not being able to look at each other. Did you catch? I'm sure you did, but the Spy Family reference?
Yes, absolutely.
I love that. An undercover op that could even top the likes of Spy Family. That's like the perfect plan, I guess you could say, to have Turbo Granny
Poses lost property.
because she's like a stuffed animal thing. Just put her in there during closing hours. She can just run around, go through the manifesto, see who took the family jewels.
See
The
that it's
day
Sanjo
one
May.
plot. Oh, it's definitely Sanjo Man. Like, who else would it be? Yo. Okuran better get the biggest power-up in power-ups when he gets his jewels back. If these things are supposed to be...
I think he's hoping it would lift the Turbo Granny's curse to get him back.
True. But... Because it's like these things that are like used as magical fuel sources for people, all these conflicts. So if he gets both of them back...
The Super Ball engines.
Right? So it should just amplify his own skills in my mind.
Oka run. Oka run ball Z.
Yes, Saint Germain being fishy is fishy.
Yeah, him being nowhere is fishy.
Dude, his character design is so fishy that when he's not in an entire chapter,
So intense.
It's like 3 chapters straight we haven't seen him, and it's still like, what's this guy doing?
Been like more, I think.
Yeah, it's probably been like 4 or 5 because we had that whole class president arc.
Yeah, from like intro to planning to doing it.
Ridiculous.
No break saw man this week.
Yeah, we had a break last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no chapter last week. Sadness.
On top of no JJK chapter.
Well, yeah, we didn't have one last week, right? So we don't have a JJK to talk about today.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the Takaba flashbacks into... We're back into this fight, ladies and gents.
That's how I knew right out the gate. I was like, he says we have a lot to talk about. What is he?
What is he on about?
Sus.
We have nothing to
We have
talk
Spy
about.
Family, Kagura Bachi, Shojo Null, Kaiju.
Spy Family was hilarious.
Yeah, it was.
Just to find out that they're neighbors. And proof that Anya just has no idea what she's doing with her powers.
I also think it's proof that Anya's an evil little girl.
Yes. Because she's had...
Constantly using her powers to try to...
manipulate the situation.
Put me in your will. Put me in your will. Put me in your will. Give us your house. Put me in your will.
He wants chocolates. He wants chocolates. He wants candy. Oh, my God. Poor Yor. Just trying to do her best.
Trying to be a good girl.
Sure.
Walking in on those criminals, too.
Oh,
Was that
yeah,
a
like
kill a day on the wall?
Yeah, the Yakuza group. Oh, no. Oh, lordy, lordy.
There you go, now it's loading.
Oh, is that the chapter?
Yeah. I was poking through. There's a shitload to talk about with it, but...
Yeah, it was just cute.
There it is. 1 kill a day.
Just a bunch of fucking Yakuza thugs. Well, obviously not Yakuza. Cause
Well, they might have been. They got stitches all up on their face. They're all... Oh, yeah, this is Germany, so yeah.
Just
I was
gang
reminded
members
when
in
she
general.
said it's worth 10 pence.
Yes.
We're gonna Kagura our bachis now?
Yes. He's doing much better against this guy than they would have led you to believe he would have done.
That I would have even thought in general. But he does know the sword, while the other guy doesn't know his sword.
I think I brought that up last week too about how he should have the upper hand.
The fighting is so good, though. I loved that little move where he threw the sword like off screen, like the next panel you see it coming in on him.
Yeah.
It's just so clean. Every time he goes swish and is ready to slash, I'm just get the dopamines.
Yeah, no, it was good, and he completely derailed the dude's plan for mass casualties.
Yes.
In the streets, save that, and then is gonna come out with some kind of technique. I
He
don't know
did
if
it such a badass way too.
I feel like we've seen it.
Tank.
Isn't it this? It's just the same one he used against that tree thing, right?
Yeah, because we've seen him do the slashes and doing the what's it called, the full counter from Seven Deadly Sins. But there's definitely going to be a third.
Yeah, because it said this one has 3 powers, so maybe that.
And I don't remember if he's saying the counter one or if he's saying the one we haven't seen.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember either. I just feel like it's like Nishiki or something like that, right?
Yes. You nailed it.
Oh, yeah. So I feel like I've seen that word before. You know what I mean?
It's so badass.
Just a fucking...
Just having this man try to tell you your dad made swords for killing people.
Kind of did, though.
He did kind of.
it's
in
a sword
way
that he gave to people to fight in a war. But it's just like Mr. Shiba says at the beginning. He's like, swords were used on our side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he became a hero. Because that's how it is.
He's somebody's villain. Also.
Final Fantasy XIV in Shadowbringers has a quote. The main antagonist says it to you. Gonna paraphrase here,
yeah.
But basically, we're about to fight, so
Kagura Bachi.
Kagura Bachi's. No, it's like let us commence and may the victor become history's hero.
Yeah.
So whoever wins becomes the hero because whoever wins writes
history.
The history books. So I don't know. This is Japan, right? Yeah, because they're in. Yeah. So
I'm pretty sure at least katanas are on the rage.
Yeah. So Japan fought some sorcerer war. They had the blacksmith on their side. Kagura's dad.
Mr. Bachi himself.
Mr. Bachi himself. So he made the swords for them on their side. So obviously the people view him as a hero, just as Mr. Shiba said. Now to see his weapons used for murdering the civilians of those who won.
They sure weren't made for random, indiscriminate murders of innocents.
No, definitely not. But it seems that's what's going to happen. I want to know is how this guy got it. Because he said it too. He's lucky that he came across it. Because he said that he was a big fan and then he found it.
Yeah. So he was already a big twig.
Yeah, because this whole whatever this I forget the organization that stole the swords.
The name too.
The dudes that are responsible for killing Mr. Bachi.
Yes.
You would think they would be very strong people that would have under wraps to keep those weapons. Obviously not though, because it landed.
Unless they might have had a plan. Like to sow chaos or something, or just very to ensure sorcerers have it.
Because at the same time, they're throwing up this auction to sell some of them off, or is it this one, the Cloud Gouger, they're trying to sell off? This guy's trying to sell it off.
I have no clue.
I feel like they were saying Cloud Gouger.
That was the one that was going to be at the auction.
But this guy does not seem like he's about to get rid of Cloud Gouger.
Sure, he doesn't.
So it's obviously a trap, like they surmised anyway.
Double.
Humida.
Well, the other thing is too, they mentioned how it uses all of your magic into the sword and amplifies it. I wonder if you can even wield more than one at once. Maybe they don't have a need.
Yeah, you'd have to be like
12 of them. Bless you.
Excuse me. Yeah, because you'd have to be like a freak of nature with a high mana pool, I guess, to try and wield 2 of them. But who knows? Power scaling in mangas. By the end of this series, I'm sure.
Yeah, we're on chapter 9.
I'm sure somebody's gonna wield 2 swords at once.
We didn't even know how magic works in general.
There's much to be discovered.
Just that it's rad as shit.
Yes. I'm fully on board with Kagura now. Memes aside of the whole.
It's good.
It's good, and it's good to have because. Like we've discussed before, a lot of these long-running shoujins are coming to a close. Yeah. JJK is ending, quote-unquote, soon.
Yeah.
I give it maybe 4 months. What's that? 4 months is 16 more chapters, maybe more than that, so maybe 20 more chapters.
I think a little more than that, but not too far off.
Because, at this point, to talk about stuff with JJK is going to wrap, with Kenjaku. Takuba's not going to beat Kenjaku. It's just not going to
There have
happen.
been... I don't know if it's to be believed, but there have been leaks around that the Takuba stuff might be 4 more chapters.
You're just lying through your teeth, Gaga, that you want to end this. If you're whipping out...
That's exactly what some people said in the quote tweets.
Because he said by the end of this year.
Yeah.
The end of this year is 3 weeks away.
Rapidly approaching.
Yeah. We're November right now. It's November 13th.
Yeah.
So... And I'm sure he's going to take more breaks for the New Year's, and I don't know if Shonen
Constantly.
takes... Yeah. So... We'll be say 2 more chapters. Go in the middle. 2 more chapters for the Takuba stuff with Kenjaku. Then the next person comes in to fight Kenjaku. Because there's only so many people you can start throwing at Kenjaku. And
we could also
Sukuna.
flash back to what Yuji and Sukuna and Higuruma
right,
and Hakuri and Uruume are all up in the same area.
I don't think that Yuji's going to leave the fight against Sukuna.
No.
Some of the others will, but I think Yuji will be in the fight with Sukuna until the end.
Yeah.
Whether Yuta comes in or Yuta goes to Kenjaku, I want Yuta to go after Kenjaku personally.
Yeah.
For multiple different reasons. One, because Kenjaku himself told Gojo that he ain't impressed with Yuta, so I want Yuta
show him what's up.
What's up? And also, in that same conversation, Gojo says, "Don't forget who beat the shit out of that body. It was Yuta."
They're also both the multi-curse technique sorcerers too.
Yes.
So
is Sukuna.
That's true too. And then I also like that Yuki hesitated to use her domain against Kenjaku, and he called her out for it. Yuta would not. When that fucking 3-way domain expansion was coming out, he was right there. He was ready for it. Yeah. I bet he wouldn't hesitate to drop that domain.
See, the only thing is, I want to see Yuta's domain. I don't want to see him.
Imagine it shows them domain expansion.
It cancels out.
Goes back to the Sukuna fights, and then flashes back to Yuta on the ground. I'll be pissed.
You would be.
I'd be livid.
Because
I'll be knocking on Gege's door.
Because that's the inherent problem with... It's not really a problem. It's the inherent problem currently, not series long, with domain expansions, because they're sure hits.
Most of them.
Like Hakuri's obviously isn't.
Neither Higuruma's.
And yes. Most of them. Yuji, Yuta, and Kenjaku's are going to be... Well, Kenjaku you could argue
we
might
don't
not
know
be.
if Yuta's will be.
I feel like it would be, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's an amp.
Because you also have to imbue it with one technique, as we've seen with Sukuna, at least. Mm-hmm. So would Yuta just choose one technique for the domain to use? I'd rather it be unlimited Rika time, for as long as the domain's up, or many Rikas, or...
Right. Because... So what I was trying to get at is, so there's people's domain expansions we want to see. But if this sure hits, it almost brings... Because, say, Yuta's domain expansion is a sure hit.
Yeah.
He uses against Kenjaku, it's a sure hit. Why is Kenjaku still alive? You know what I mean? That
simple domain.
I guess. Because then it's you also need to see Kenjaku's, because we want to see Kenjaku's domain expansion as well. But then I don't want some bullshit of it's not bullshit, but the whole Sukuna versus Gojo fight, they just kept canceling out. You never really... You saw Sukuna's
and
because
how it worked.
And we saw a bit of
Kenjaku's, because Yuki tried using simple domain, and it was getting stripped away.
Mm. So especially because Higuruma is with Yuji, that means that we don't need to rely on Yuta having Limitless to have someone negate Sukuna
right now, yeah.
Because Higuruma can do it.
So happy. Thank you, Higuruma.
To let
10
Yuji
out of 10.
deal out. Because people people like to downplay Yuji that he doesn't get...
I like to downplay Yuji.
But
let's get real here.
I point to when Sukuna first took over.
And Maki and him were running the gambit.
Yuji was punching
also,
skyscrapers out of existence.
Let's be real, too. If Megumi wasn't holding him back, they both would have been dead there.
Yes, the rage bait, yes. But, because that's the same thing. No matter what Yuji has, even this new stuff, this...
body switching weirdness.
This, or the same thing with the memories thing. I don't care what it is. Cleave and dismantle still are huge counters to Yuji. He just can't do anything. But his physical strength has always, since day one, been like astonished. Yeah. So you take Higuruma and you take away Sukuna's cleave and dismantle part, because I think Higuruma will take away that. But then he will. I think he'll be able to whip out some of that other stuff.
Plus, he's also got the fucking forearms to fight with here.
Yeah, but I want because I think that hand to hand combat, just straight these hands.
I need to see what the forearms can do, man.
Yeah.
He can catch both those punches and start beating Yuji's ribs. Like,
it's true, but Yuji's always shown like everyone that. Well, Choso's the only one, actually. Choso
beat ass because of a technique, too.
I was going to say Choso counters my own argument I'm making now, because Yuji was hitting him and Choso was just taking those. And
he did have, like, reinforcement, though.
Well, that very last one,
scale.
Yeah, but Choso's also just fucking awesome.
Yeah. Is Choso in the peanut gallery? I feel like I haven't seen him, but I also feel like he was.
He was there.
Yes, because he said that thing to Yuji about, like...
Yeah, because Yuji... that's the
his
body
brother's
swap.
wills, yeah.
Yeah, because he swapped into Choso's body.
No, he was in Kusakabe's body.
Kusakabe, you're right.
Because it's like...
But Choso was there for that, right? I feel like he was in that panel.
He was in that chapter, for sure. Because I think it was when Yuji was walking away from that training session is when Choso was like, "You're carrying on my brother's wills, or my brother's wills are inside you now."
Mm.
So I still wonder if he like ate them and can manifest that in some way, which would be super cool.
That would be cool.
But speaking of Kusakabe, have you watched the new episode? Of course you did. You texted me.
I was actually leading into this. I was waiting for it. Did you notice when Sukuna initiated his fire? Because I haven't read that chapter in forever. But when he initiates the fire stuff, they like, I don't know if it was just...
It was like a symbol, yeah.
It was some weird symbols to like block out what he was saying. And then he said that like the fire part, open and stuff. So I wonder if that symbol shit was in the original chapter. And it was Gege hiding like a specific word or whatever for...
I think... The going idea is that it's like a symbol for shrine, because this thing's malevolent shrine, and a shrine can be a place that you like hold blessings. Mm-hmm. So it's like that could be like the word for his armory of curse techniques. And the way he said that thing too, where he's like, "Oh, I thought sorcerers of your era would know, or like beings of your era would know of my technique." It's like what a tease. What a little tease. Tickling my nipple.
You know that guy, I've shared videos of him before, that he does fight scenes and he's like yelling with the fight scenes like, "Counter!"
Yeah.
For counter! That guy.
Yeah.
He did it for Jugo versus Sukuna already. And at the end when he pulls out the Ingress arrow or whatever. He's like... "Green arrow breathing. You have failed this city, arrow."
Brutal.
It was. I saw it today. It was a funny clip as always. But
I just think about how much of a fucking bitch Kusakabe was being. My partner loved that though. I forgot what he said leading into it. He's like, "Is he gonna be like this kind of character?"
Oh,
then
yeah,
Kusakabe's like, "I gotta get as far away from the danger as possible.
Yeah, he's
Maybe I'll stall at this." He's like, "Oh, I like that."
But then he just like casually blocks Uzumaki a few
and
chapters
slaughters that dude, by the way, in that alleyway. Like when they were starting to run away too, he's like, "Oh shit, it's time to run." He just
let me cut that this one guy in half.
Like, yeah, let me just cut him right in half. And blocks Uzumaki. So yeah, he should be on the front line. He's one of the teachers, for Christ's sake.
But he's a scaredy cat.
a new shadow style master, which I'm not even fully convinced on that one. Because there's been at least like 2 other times where he's like, I didn't think that new shadow style thing was possible. Like the falling petal blossoms that Gojo did. I don't know why there's different kinds of simple domains. Yeah, him being a bitch. I love that moment though, where Sukuna comes in. Stop. Nobody move till I say now. Wait. Their faces are priceless in that scene. Kusakabe
They're all
and Panda.
sweating. And I'm like, bro, this is only like... He's still missing at this point.
5 fingers? I think that's 15 fingers now.
Yeah. And a head. But he uses that head to get past the last finger.
Yeah.
They're going to have to pull some bullshit to get rid of Sukuna. Like, entirely.
Probably.
Unless Sukuna just...
Toji resurrects once again!
No, I mean... So, they're either going to have to kill the Megumin body. And then that's like, goodbye Megumin, goodbye Sukuna. But then one finger still remains of Sukuna. So they have... And it's already been stated that they can't destroy the fingers.
I bet that one finger still exists so that Yuji still has to die.
Yeah, so Yuji still has to eat it, and now we're back in chapter 1. But it's only one finger.
So he'll die right there.
Yeah.
It won't be chapter 1 anymore. It'll be the end. Especially with no Gojo there to protect him.
Yeah.
Or tell him that's the wrong choice. Or Megumi there to tell him it's the wrong choice. Yeah. Big sad. Also, I like how they gave Toji such a glow up in the anime that anime onlys think he could fight Sukuna.
They did. Like,
they did.
The slow motion and then the finger pointing, all those things. And I was fast. I was like, well, I mean, it's Gege. We said this back in the day. How hard he fucking knobs off fucking Toji.
Yeah, it was the right choice for his favorite, but man, they really think they could he could run his pockets now.
Same thing as Maki. One cleave, you're done. But I would say that Toji's faster than Maki. Even current Maki, I haven't seen her.
We need to see her fight.
Because she caught up to that bug guy, whatever that thing was. So she demonstrated.
She caught up to Naoya. That was fast.
Yeah, so she's good.
And she was running Sukuna's pockets with Yuji.
Well, no, didn't she get blocked by Urume like instantly?
No, they were. Remember them?
Did they wombo combo Sukuna?
They were wombo comboing.
I think I do remember that.
Like flying around and shit.
Yeah.
She popped up in the background and Sukuna was like, "What? Why did I sense you?
I only just adjusted to this."
And that's was like, "Oh, what's going on with this thing? Is that Megan? Do I have to hold back? No, don't hold back. Holding back's a bad idea."
Oh yeah, that's right. She just shows up and Yuji's like, "Don't hold back."
Tag teaming him.
I do. Yeah.
It was a juju jump.
Juju jump. No, it was good. It was a good episode. I'm glad we talked when it first happened because I messaged you, but I'm glad that you saw the positive sides because I saw it was on Facebook first.
There's a couple shots of, like weird CG faces coming up for.
I saw an entire comment sections, an entire comment section of people shitting on the whole episode. I'm like,
just projecting.
You're just fucking stupid if you think that this is.
Yeah, there's maybe like 2 places I could pause a frame. Then, if I took a picture of it, it'd look bad on its own. But in motion, it made sense. Like
a lot of animation, you pause something in a weird. So you're gonna get in anything you pause weird. You're gonna get some weird faces. You know.
But that shit was fucking lit. It felt like a Mob Psycho fight. The Sukuna part felt like a Mob Psycho fight. The Megumi versus his dad felt like a top tier Jujutsu Kaisen fight. The fucking shot of Sukuna with like the cleaved buildings like coming out like a crucifix is so goddamn good.
It's so sad too, but Maharaga's foot was at the end.
Yes. I was surprised they did like a jump cut, like, and they're obviously gonna catch
up
the
again
time in the
this
episode.
week. Yeah.
But I was surprised they did like a cliffhanger of Maharaga for that.
I fucking hate that.
Haruta just comes in out of nowhere and gets the critical hit.
And but Megumin uses it against him, but doesn't use it in the previous amped up fight against Toji. And it's not like you say, oh, it's his dad. No, he didn't fucking know that. He
doesn't know who either of these people are.
Yeah. Current manga Megumin still doesn't know Toji's his dad. It is not a topic ever brought up again.
He was literally like, what the hell was that? And even flipped it over. It's not even his dad anymore. Like,
yeah. The topic's never discussed.
So he didn't have any idea of either of their capabilities.
No. But I did notice Haruta's on the... I don't remember if it's none or just one miracle mark
I didn't notice, but I know he's going to be biting the dust real soon. Sorry, anime onlys. Sorry, Haruta fans that only watch the anime.
Well, because I completely forgot that, because I was like, oh, the Jogo versus Sukuna fight's over, so the Yuji switchback's going to happen. And I was like, oh, wait, no.
No.
He's going to go fight Maharaga. Then he...
does
his thing and then switches back. I'm not ready.
I'm ready for the dope ass fight that's going to be coming though. The final fight, really. The actual final fight, not the
final matchup.
The final actual fight. fight with two parties.
Well,
parties.
There's only really one more. It's what Sukuna's going to do next episode, and then that.
Mm-hmm. I'm so ready.
I'm not ready for how it starts.
I'm not ready for the halfway point. Yeah. It's going to be rough.
Because it's what? I mean...
I definitely think we're getting that Yuta cliffhanger at the end, though. I definitely think so.
Because there's 3 or 4 more episodes of this season. I haven't been keeping track of the number of episodes.
Episode we're on either. Yeah,
I haven't been.
It's supposed to be 18 episodes for the Shibuya incident specifically, like, so not including the hidden inventory episodes.
Yeah. Well, because the best way to keep track is because it was a 2 core.
Yeah.
Total, even the missed 2 days. So when this anime season stops, it will stop. So like all the current airing stuff that isn't JJK, like Frieren and all that.
Yeah.
Which Frieren is so fucking good, dude. I would so recommend that to you and your partner. It's what adventurers should be. Like, you know how like in fantasy the adventurer term is just kind of thrown at, like, what you really are is you're fucking mercenary / hunter in all of these like isekais or fantasy games or fantasy anime where they're like, oh, our profession is adventurer. No, it's not. None of you are adventurers. Like, half of you, all of you, 99% of you stay in the same town throughout the entire fucking series, and all you do around is go to an adventurers guild. You take some odd jobs, you go out, you kill a few things, and then you come back. That's not an adventure. Where's the adventure? There is none.
Well, I've sworn off isekai. My God.
Like, that's everything. Even like the actual fantasy, not isekai, the fantasy stuff. Made in Abyss would be another one that I'm saying is an adventure.
Outlier.
Yeah. But Frieren.
Well, I can think of a few outliers. Promised Neverland I'd throw in that category.
Well, I wouldn't call...
Don't try to tell me that's not fantasy. Don't even...
It's not... No, I wouldn't call that an adventure story. I'd call that a
survival story that manages to be an adventure story, you know?
Yeah. I would call that more of a survival story.
After the second bunker, it pretty much turned into an adventure story.
This is true. But, like, Frieren was part of an adventurer team that took out, like, the Demon King type thing. But that happened before the story. So it's her story of after that and coming to terms with the fact that she took for granted the limited time that she spent with these guys knowing that they had a short lifespan compared to her. She's 1,000 years old, and she's gonna live probably for another 1,000 or more because she's an elf. But then all these people dying, so her regrets of not getting to know them better, and now she's retracing the steps that they took to better get to know the hero she went on the journey with. And it's just, dude, it's just so refreshing. It's so good. The animation's so good. The story's good. Everything. It's good. It's a good series. Highly recommend.
Nice.
And yeah, that's...
I couldn't get an exact answer on how many more episodes there are, so... It did say, it's going to be ending around December.
Yeah, because the last, week end of December, because the winter season technically starts, in winter, which is December 21st. So that first couple of days afterwards are the first episodes of the next season.
So, 4 or 5 more.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about 5, but definitely at least 4. 5 might be pushing it because...
Well, it's only the 13th right now.
Yeah, well, that depends on how many more Thursdays are in November.
3.
Oh, then yeah.
The
5.
5 Thursdays this month. I get paid on Thursdays, so I keep track of that.
Nice. So yeah, so we should get 5 more then, yeah, because there'll definitely be the first 2 Thursdays of December. So yeah, 5 more episodes for wrapping up Shibuya.
So I think we're gonna get our Yuta cliffhanger. I hope to God.
I have come to kill Itadori Yuji.
See you in 3 years.
Yep. Hopefully not that many, but yeah. Maybe we'll get... That's what they just need to do, is just start cycling them out, though, because... Well, actually, maybe not. Mappa peoples need a season off. Give them a season off.
They need to relax.
Because, they still got... I assume Chainsaw Man's going to continue. It did fairly well.
Yeah, I think they have a new director and everything, so...
And then...
Hell's
Paradise, yes. It was on the tip of my tongue. I was like, oh, yeah.
Whatever other 8 properties they're going to be on their way to buying.
Well, I'm sure there's other stuff they're doing right now, too. So those aren't, those I would say just the big 3. Attack on Titan's done, so that whole team that was working on that.
Maybe they'll come back to Doro Hey Doro someday.
Maybe. Excuse me.
Oh,
yeah, JJK.
whoa.
What's this?
Whoa.
Chainsaw Man.
They're doing an anime for Shinichiro Watanabe, which is the Cowboy Bebop guy.
Oh, nice. What is it called?
Lazarus. I found a chart.
I didn't know that they did this in Shiki.
Yes.
Now that I'm looking through this list of all of their properties, though, right now.
Yeah, they have a lot.
They do, but it's not a lot of ongoing stuff.
No. It was a year ago, but a lot of them are ending now. Well, Yuri on Ice, they could do more of at any fucking time.
Right. I also didn't know they did Yuri on Ice. But, because the big ones...
I would track that as, the big moment they started trending upward, is Yuri on Ice.
Because...
Terror in Resonance, that's a banger.
Yeah, it is. I need to rewatch it. I binged it too quick. I don't... There's some... the whole middle section of the... I could not tell you what happens in the middle sections.
See, yeah, there's a Yuri on Ice movie that doesn't have a release date still.
So, their big ones would just be, right, at this point, Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, and Hell's Paradise, because Attack on Titan's over.
A whole dark trio.
Yeah, literally. That's, yeah.
I didn't know they did Kakegurui.
Yeah.
Or Women Look Crazy, the anime.
Ooh, Crazy Women, the anime. Gambling Addiction has an alternative title.
Oh no.
What?
Lazarus is premiering on Adult Swim of all places.
Oh, speaking of Adult Swim, but maybe it's still Adult Swim. The new season of Rick and Morty is out.
Oh, I didn't know this either. Oh, not that. I'm not reacting to that right now.
No.
Sorry. Make sure that everyone knows that is not the level I'm bringing to the new Rick and Morty season right now.
But what were you just about to say?
Shinichiro Watanabe, the person that's directing Lazarus.
Yeah.
Directed Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, Space Dandy, the ones we already knew.
Mm-hmm.
Carol and Tuesday, and Terror and Resonance.
Oh. Cool.
So I will be tuning in to Lazarus. Oh, and Blade Runner Black Lotus. I watched like half of that. He was a storyboard artist on Urkel Proxy. Yeah, I'll be tuning in. He's got me. He's got my forever fucking devotion.
There you go. So, Rick and Morty. I haven't seen it. I've seen clips.
I haven't even seen clips.
Morty sounds basically the same.
He's the easier one to replicate, to be fair.
Rick,
oh, jeez. And such.
Rick sounds like someone's doing a good impersonation of Rick, but then you put it through a Rick filter.
Ugh.
It's off-putting, but it's like, yes, I can hear Rick, but it's different. It's
Uncanny Valley almost.
It's hard to explain. It's like you can notice, and like Morty's basically, it's.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's Morty. But I mean, I read into it a little bit more, and like apparently, the dude's been only like voicing. He's coming, and even then, it's been hard to do that too. So he's been out of it for a while, and there was a co-creator that I didn't know about too that was in it. That,
Dan Harmon.
Yeah, that he left because of stuff like that.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
I don't know if he came back since or something, or he's still there. Or he was thinking about leaving. I don't really remember, but I was like, oh wow. So whatever. But I'll tune in. I assume it's got to be. Oh no, Hulu seems to get it late. It's probably not on Hulu yet.
No. They just got the last season, and I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I did. I still have Hulu for Undead Unluck. I will hold out long enough to see what Hulu gets for the next anime season, and if it's nothing that I plan to watch, I'll cancel it until Bleach comes back again. But because otherwise, Rick and Morty ain't gonna be on there for
like 8 months.
Who knows how long? Yeah, exactly.
8 months after the season ends.
Well, from what I've seen, like, because I've seen a few shorts, and they're all drastically different, like, skits. So I'm like, there's got to be at least 4 episodes out. Unless this one episode has them, like,
10 months
everywhere.
From now.
Yeah. But I'm not in any big rush for it anyway.
I still watched last season, so.
It was good. Last season was good.
I feel like I'm specifically not in a rush because I know next season will take 5 ever to get here.
5 ever? 5 forevers?
5 forevers. Well, we still have 2 manga to talk about.
Yes. Oh, I also read another one shot too, but
another one shot.
No, it was good.
Good.
So good that I wish it was a full story. I was like, why is this only a one shot? This would be so good as like a full on story. Our Broken Strategic Love. Just 2 more trauma. Trauma abused children that decide.
You get some weird recommendations.
I do, but I don't know. It's because they're the one shots though. The quick small reads. I'm like, I'm really doing it because it's so different than what I'm reading right now. You know what I mean? I'm trying to switch it up to broaden my horizons of what I'm reading, and I think I've taken it a little too far with some of the the traumatic stuff. This one though, the Broken Strategic Love, that's just a great story. It's just a good story. But like this one I've been hearing a lot of good stuff about, Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You. It's more of like a slice of life. It's an older demographic too. So
Nice.
it's a businessman guy.
Well,
Looks
they're
like
smoking.
Mid-30s, yeah.
I would hope it's a older demographic.
Right. And then, the other stuff I want to read. Vagabond Kingdom, Vinland Saga, Magi, Sunken Rock, that kind of stuff. Oh, and I got to catch up on fucking Tower of God, Unordinary, and Tokyo Ghoul.
I'm still working on catching up in my Choujin X.
You're close though, right? You got what? You still 11 behind?
8
or
chapters.
Yeah, you're nice. But, I mean, like you said, 60 chapters?
60 pages. And then I get like a 0.2, and it's still 44 or 33. Oh, this one's 24, thank God. Oh, that was one away. That's not the one I'm on. Damn it. 30.
But
also, look at the dates. They just let him release whenever he fucking wants. July 31st, August 16th, August 24th, September 5th, September 13th.
Dude, that's like One Punch Man.
But then you look, October 10th, November 1st.
It's like just going back. It's like May 3rd, 10th, June 7th, June 28th, July 12th, July 19th, August 9th, 16th, September 13th, September 27th.
And once again, there's no countdown for Choujin right now. It's really good. Post time skip has done a lot for the characters. It's just like a 1 year time skip in the story. But I gotta say, one of the things I wanted to mention,
yes,
is they like ended an arc, and the main character went to leave to do like his own training, kind of like Deku style.
Yep.
And it was like right at the beginning of the time skipping. They did Sui Ishida did 17 straight pages with no dialogue. 0 dialogue.
That's a
to
lot.
Show the transition between like just 6 months of the time skip. And it was amazing. It was like so like just like cinematic even. Like it felt like a movie. Like the characters walk up to like a mentor figure. Mm-hmm. Suddenly they're like having a little outburst because Tokyo's gone, and then shows what they're doing in the meantime. It just ends on a shot of Tokyo's back with wings out, sitting on top of a mountain with an eagle on his arm. It's mwah.
Damn, impressive.
There's like one shot of a newspaper or news article in the middle of the 17 pages, but that was the only written text even in the 17 pages.
Well, as long as it's done correctly, that can work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to be able to have your artwork tell the story for you, and then you're golden.
You did a great job of it.
Just talking about One Punch Man too, because of release schedules and stuff showed me I'm two chapters behind.
Hey.
But that's the same thing though. That's like the chapter count varies wildly, but usually between the 30 to 50 range of pages per chapter.
Yeah. The monthlies treat us good.
Well, going back to like at least back to May, it seems that One Punch Man has dropped at least 2 chapters a month.
Nice.
But it's not like you could look at. It's just it seems to vary with this release dates. Maybe I'm just dumb. But
that it could be just as random as
Choujin
X, where they're just like, hey, whatever length you want to put out, whatever time you gotta take, just do you.
I love One Punch Man. So funny, so good, such great artwork. Oh my god, some of the fucking visuals in that.
I consider picking it up from after where season 2 takes place.
And then
consider rereading the beginning after I'm caught up. You know what I mean?
I actually just saw that too. I was scrolling downward, chapter 85.
Hey, thank you. In fact, you know what?
If not, I think 86 would be the one to start with, but at least check out chapter 85.
Let me get it on my continue reading list real quick while we're on that. Then
there you go.
I still feel
if not, then it'd be close to it. You know what I mean? Like a couple of chapters back, maybe.
Oh, I have no clue.
Yeah, see, there's Gara right there. So
yeah, that could be.
Is that him versus the A team?
It's him eating a steak.
Oh yeah, I don't know. At least leave it there, and then
I'll probably put it like back to like 75, maybe even.
Yeah, just to
Ramp
even
up.
get like a recap. Basically, I mean, how long ago was season 2?
Yeah. So I'm gonna. Been loading worse lately. Not that I really care.
I was just thinking,
is
it your phone? Because I don't have those issues that I see your phone having right now.
Oh no, it's a brand new phone.
Yes, King.
Yeah, so leave it there.
All right, yeah, cool. But I have, like
this always does this when I like close it and open it back up.
Oh yeah, see, I don't have that. I see that what you're talking about there, because your thing's freezing. It won't like tap onto it and stuff like that.
Yeah, takes a while to like bounce back into the zone, and then I'm usually good to go again.
Kaiju was a chapter.
Yeah. Pretty banging chapter.
Yeah. More stakes into the game.
Yes.
Massive amounts of Dai Kaijus.
Kafka rushing over.
Or trying to, but
Reno still nowhere to be seen.
Nowhere, except that one dude I saw.
Coming for the rescue?
Maybe. But then I saw them say that they're all depleted or whatever. They have no one.
We're stretched too thin. Where's Reno?
He's the only dude that you haven't shown. You've shown a bunch of new characters too. But where's Reno? He just got himself a nice new kaiju weapon suit.
He's the only one that doesn't get to pop off.
Fucking, and I swear to God, if I remember, I sent you the screenshot of the random dude that kind of might look like him. In that one panel, I'm like, if that's him, and that he got all scuffed up in a skirmish off screen, I'm gonna be so
non-numbered fight.
So mad for the dude.
I don't think it's him. It's hard to tell.
When does that start?
What?
Kaiju Day?
Oh, it's got to be soon.
2024.
I feel like we have to have a date by now. Come on.
Yeah, like even a season.
Give
me. I'm not seeing anything here. Give me like something like
April.
Oh, there you go. Solo Leveling should be coming out soon too, but I'm worried about it because the manhwa is so fucking good, dude. And I'm worried about, because that's Korea's, South Korea's baby right there in the manhwa sphere. That's the go-to manhwa. So I'm surprised well, first off, I don't know any Korean anime studios. I know that there's Chinese ones, but I don't know if, this is just ignorant speaking, I don't know if Korea has one or not to do it, if they have So the fact that they even allow, I think it was because the author died, to be honest with you.
Wasn't it? Didn't they already have an anime planned before he died, though?
It was this one, because that's why I was I don't know if it was before he died or not, because I feel like he would have not, I don't know his feelings of Japan or whatever, but I feel like he would want Korea to do it as a Korean manhwa.
There's already been 3 Korean manhwas made into Japanese animes by an American
Tower of God.
company.
Yeah, Tower of God.
So I'm not sure if they'd really care, to be honest. I think they...
What's the third one? Because the other one's...
Noblesse.
Noblesse, that's right, yeah. That was the first one,
like
too.
They
Noblesse
wouldn't really care, to be honest.
Ago.
I think they're just happy to get a bag and have their shit turned into an anime.
So, my thing is, what are they going to keep the original names? I hope so.
They better. I hate name swapping in general. I don't need Shunghua to be named Kevin. Though I was loving the Chainsaw Man fandom when the fandom named Miri Sugo Kevin.
And because that story, dude, is so good too. That's another one I need to finish. I need to just reread all of part 2. But I was reading the website I was reading on was, oh my god, the ads, the pop-up ads. So I gotta find a site that limits that. But the Japan is not showcased in the best of lights in
Solo leveling?
solo leveling, yeah.
Good. They can get a taste of it.
So
It can't just be America.
yeah, it's definitely. Well, America doesn't either. Let's be real, because America's mentioned.
That's what I mean. We get...
There-
Oh, it's solo leveling? I meant we're always the punching bag in anime.
Yes, because
Except Chainsaw Man,
like
in a way.
the strongest people in the verse, like in solo leveling, like the high tier S rank people are all hired by countries as like a military force or whatever, and they keep like the rewards these guys offer these people, like Korea or some country tried to buy the dude from America, and the amount he basically asked for the entire country.
Oh my god.
Oh, like the amount of money they offer these people. It's like at a certain point, there's not enough to give somebody. It's like, you know what I mean? What do you do with that kind of money? Nothing. There's only so much stuff to buy in the world. You run out of things to buy with, trillions of dollars. Like,
Well, that's when you just start buying fucked up shit.
even
Like
then,
paying
though.
people to bite the toes off another person.
Yeah, I guess. I think that number is lower than you think it is.
I don't know, money turns people into those kind of
That's
people.
what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, you got $1 trillion. What's 40 grand?
Well, then you also pay the other person to kill them in revenge.
True.
You get real crazy with that money.
You could. You could, yeah. I still think it's way more than you could spend. You could do that many times over.
Then you buy that person who lost their toes, robotic toes.
Because a billion is a million million. Is a trillion a billion billions? Or is it a billion millions?
You've lost me.
With math.
Gone. I love math, but you lost me. That's too many words.
Too many numbers.
I need
too
that
many
in number
zeros.
form. Text me this question.
1 million times 1 million is a billion. So is 1 billion times 1 billion a trillion? There's got to be, right? That's the multiplicative way
1
up.
billion times 1 billion's a trillion?
I don't know. I'm asking
I
you.
don't think that's right, because when you multiply multi-digit numbers, they like...
It's multiplicative. Yeah, that's what I mean. So we're about to find out. So
like 100 times 100 is 10,000?
Hold on. So let's find out. He has 1 million times 1 million.
You're not going to get a number.
I am getting a number, actually. That's...
Yeah, 100 times 100 is 10,000. So for all the zeros...
Yeah, a million
in
times a million is a billion.
Is it really?
Yeah. 100,000 million. Oh, no, it's a trillion. Never mind. 1 million times 1 million is a trillion.
When you
Too many
multiply
zeros.
like that, you're adding all of the zeros to the number you're multiplying.
Yeah.
So for all the zeros in a billion, when you multiply it by a billion, you're adding those zeros on the end.
Yeah, you're adding 9 zeros to 9 zeros, so that's
So it's like
zeros.
exponential gains.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's why I said it wouldn't work, because I got one E12.
I'm going to find out. My calculator is showing numbers. It's this. 1,000, million, billion. Oop, not divide. Thank you. Times. So that's a million. Oh, yeah, I got an E too. Plus 18.
Yeah, we're getting into Google Plexes here.
Yeah, apparently. Fucking maths.
We sure do.
Yeah, numbers.
Your
Numbers. Your numbers be weird. Fucking zeros. It's like I was.
You know what else is zero?
Oh well, before you.
Null.
Yeah, we'll just skip what my your segue was way better than what mine was. Mine was to more zeros. Infinite zeros, to be precise.
So I think this is the chapter where it breaks into just comically dark to me.
Shojo Null, by the way. If you didn't catch that reference.
No. Yeah, it hit unbelievably dark to me.
The underbelly of this world is just like
specifically
cringe dark.
Unbelievable. There are Tokyo sanctions. Okay, so there's a religion that grinds up Gijin and huffs it.
Yeah, they're just robots, though, so I don't understand how that gets them high. Like,
for the Gijin-zyme.
Stupendously high.
Gijin-zyme.
Stupendously high, by that way.
They're a Tokyo-sanctioned religion with a lot of worshippers in political and finance circles.
And the police guard this shit for them.
This is where I find it so unbelievable. A, how long have they had Gijin? B, I just can't believe that... No matter what someone's answer is, I won't believe that a religion based on huffing, grinded up androids would exist. I can't. My brain can't get past this wall.
Well, the problem with it, and I see in this, is so I can make an argument for both sides. So I'll make the argument of no first because it's too recent. You know what I mean?
You could tell me 100 years, I still wouldn't believe it.
No, but there's evidence in our world for a few thousand years of something similar. Dimethanol tryptamine, DMT. People have
tree bark.
No, it's plants. Two separate plants, but it's the most psychoactive drug you can take. Multiple sources say that you meet entities while you are in this. So I'm not trying to say that there is a religion on this because there's not. Yeah, there are people saying
spiritualism around it.
There are conversations you have with like I don't even want to say fourth dimensional people because then it's trying to bring in dimensions. So you're tripping balls and you're talking to entities that know stuff. Those entities have fixed problems for people too, like. One person has said that they used to get a bunch of headaches, and then they consulted those about it, and then headaches would go away for a little while. I don't know how. Yeah. It's unverifiable information. Yeah. But I'm saying that those sources are there in our world. So now if you take those inspirations into a fictional source, then you could say these guys are getting super uber duper high. They meet these entities, and now they form a religion on it, and that's why it's new to this because the Gijins had to exist to then be grinded up to then experience this high to then be able to have a religious awakening.
An organized government sanctioned religion around it with a building like that.
Yes. It does not scream
just shatters my believability here a little bit.
Yeah, this is definitely not subtle. It's definitely not subtle.
Definitely looks like the League of Doom.
I was just blown away that the police are in on it and like guard them during these high sessions.
Again, this is also on top of the believability that you're not also huffing everything else the android's fucking made of.
And that with everything we just said,
it can't just be made out of Gijin.
And then on top of that, is this supposed to be hidden or is this well known? Because it's just coming out now, and the two main characters are just finding out about it. But obviously the police know it. It's a religion, so a bunch of people are. The
guy sending the flowers must know about it.
Yeah, so it's like, and then of course she has to stumble in upon it. You know what I mean?
But yeah, that's the cherry on top is that she's just on this sightseeing tour of trauma, constantly.
It's like.
Not only did she have to see it, but she runs into the truck going back over there, too, and runs back over there.
Just because the living one pops up, yeah. So,
It's hitting a bit much for me.
Yeah,
I'm going to keep reading because it's a bit much in a way that I find fucking hilarious. I was laughing my ass off at the grinded up Gijins being huffed because it's just so fucking unbelievable. The grind up, I'm like, oh, maybe it's a recycling thing for, like, broken or malfunctioning ones. No, they got fucking, like, 10 dudes hooked up to ventilators huffing it.
Yeah.
You can't tell me there's no metallics or synthetics in these.
I'm sure it's highly unhealthy. But it just, I don't find it as, I mean, I find it amusing, but not as amusing as you do.
I find it hilarious.
If there's like, to the point where if there's like another like 4 of these in a row of just like the trauma parade of the week.
Yeah. The trauma field trip.
I don't think it's going to go somewhere for me. I want the main plot to go somewhere. I don't want this.
Yeah, like this last page, I'm like, yeah, cool. Like, I like the cat and mouse stuff more than I like
the bullshit shock value of just be like, look how edgy I am.
And like the couple action scenes are cool, but it doesn't fix the problem.
Definitely not. And it's kind of like exacerbated in this chapter. It's like
they're gonna keep raising the bar. Also,
this
like,
is not.
We went from them doing like plays killing each other immediately to grinding up like 50 of them to huff them.
Yeah, it's only so high that bar can go until it gets
government sanctioned. Also,
yeah,
it'd be like if we were grinding up the little robots that go around Walmart and huffed that.
Well, first off, we also don't know if these Gijins aren't just modified people.
Right.
Because I think that's where it's going with, to be honest with you. With this...
like, they're based off, like, actual people.
Yeah, like, it's a legit person that they just, like, steal and make an android out of it. And then, like...
put the thing in.
Overtake their mind.
Chip thing,
yeah. Put a chip in. And then... now it's like you do what we tell you to do. You know what I mean? Enslavement of the mind and body. But I think that, and then they're gonna find out that they're still cognizant. That would be like the worst prison in my like. You're just basically a vegetable, but your body's moving around
to what other people want.
Yeah, and you have no say in the matter. That would be like, but you're fully aware of everything that's going on. Like your eyes can still see. That would be like the worst. But I think that's kind of where it's probably going to be honest with you.
I hope so. I hope it's going somewhere.
I also hope it's going somewhere. I
also don't want to devolve into we join a shonen squad. So I'm balancing two.
Which is funny because the one that did that is the one that's more interesting right now. In Wild Shirt Arbery.
Where it would also make more sense to grind up the plot relevant beings
and puff it, yeah, because it's a fucking plant.
It would be more like DMT in that way,
or just weed in general. Just grind that shit up and smoke it, people.
Instead of androids.
Like fuck, I would smoke a Jika.
Fucking wild to me.
I don't even
I
smoke.
Would too. That'd be a wild high.
It's got to be a trip. Well, first off, because
if you don't die.
Yeah, because I don't smoke anything anyway.
Imagine it becomes a gaseous parasite.
Or it still infects you.
Yeah, you just start growing up like, whoa, man. They're humans.
The roots just start growing through your lungs. Yeah. No! I burned you alive, though. You're weak.
I needed those for the weed.
You're weak to fire, yet still the smoke takes me so. Ridiculous. Absolutely. You were like, absolutely. I'm like, absolutely ridiculous. Unreal.
Let's see where it goes.
Yeah. With that's like our...
Let's see where they both go. Yeah, that's our go-to.
That's our go-to saying. We'll see where it goes. Which is really all you can do, honestly.
Yeah, it's still so early.
It is. I mean, what? Are we in double digits yet?
No, I think that was 9.
See where it goes until it gets canceled.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
nope.
The thing is, it's on Jump Plus specifically, not in the magazine. So
that was chapter 10.
10? Oh.
Yeah.
So I have higher hopes that it won't get canceled. It's a lot more freedom there.
If this is on the app, why is Dandadan on the app?
I know. It's been so long since it's warranted being on the website like this. It's just, it says 18 plus because it signed me out today, so it'll log back in.
So did, yeah, same.
And when I saw the chapter list, it says 18 plus on the chapters that are supposed to be free for everybody.
For Dandadan, it said 18 plus.
Sure did.
For what?
I know, especially the last 3 chapters. What are you?
I mean, the only thing I can see is the nude surfing scene versus Nessie, but it doesn't.
Really not, yeah.
But it doesn't
the
show
panty
anything.
shots in chapter 1 were worse than that.
That's why I was gonna. My next one was probably the exuberant amount of
fan service in the
fan
first chapter.
service. It's just like every alien they fought at the beginning was ripping Momo's clothes off.
Yeah.
But I think the author...
That and also him losing his testicles, and his testicles being a plot point. Let's not overlook that either.
Yeah, that's probably it too. I still think it should be... I mean, we're
so
grinding
far
up
past it. They
potential
don't even talk
humans.
about it. They say Family Jewel every time now.
That you grinded up potential humans and smoking their...
And smoking them to get high. Government sanctioned, police protected. And Wild Strawberry. Just the turbo violence of Wild Strawberry.
Exactly.
Though, yeah, the Shojo Null thing is a bit more fucked up.
I was just trying to think of anything else that's kind of like... Well, I mean, Tokyo Ghoul is like probably the
turbo violentiest.
Yeah, of like the gore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else that's hyper gory that's on the Shonen app. At least not at the moment.
Yeah, nothing that compares to that, at least. Like, I mean,
Because
Chainsaw Man has its moments, but I wouldn't say it's as detailed as like a Kaneki ripping his own face apart.
I don't know. Chainsaw Man gets pretty gory sometimes. Though.
Yeah.
When he came out of the thing with covered in intestines.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just put Dandadan on the fucking app.
Yeah, please.
It'll boister.
Chainsaw Man was in the magazine. Get Dandadan on the app.
I mean, the same thing. If it's in the magazine, they still put it on the app. I mean...
That's what I mean. Like, if it could be... If you don't even think Chainsaw Man Part 1 warranted being on the app only, then why is Dandadan on the website only?
I'm so... Because, like, you just... The amount of traffic you'd get into Dandadan would be massive. I think
the thought it might be holding it back from having, like, a younger crowd.
Well, I think the anime is going to do wonders for it. If it's done correctly, yeah. Because I think that... See, that's the thing, too, though. I think that the early fan service from Momo is might hurt its opening stuff. But I think as long as people really stick through it and see the glory of Dandadan, the anime is going to be a smash hit. And I see that the manga sales of that going up.
And if the manga sales already weren't bad for something that doesn't have an anime, too.
It's top 10, 15? Where is it again?
I would say 15. I don't think it's top 10. I saw the top 10 of the year so far, but that also isn't just Shonen Jump. Like, that considers the whole market.
Yeah.
So obviously Blue Lock's up there. Oshinoko's up there.
Yeah, because they were big this year.
Yeah, they were. They fucking popped up. Blue Lock's top 5.
I thought it was top 1.
I think it might have actually fallen a little bit. I don't remember the list perfectly, though.
Well, because JJK will still be up there, but it had its boom already. So JJK's boom was back in season 1, because that's, it came out, the big influx, now everyone has it, so, I mean, people are still buying it, but...
So we'll see, because people might have fallen off of that curve already after having that explosion, because not everyone will buy all the way up to what's current. Mm-hmm. So maybe the anime will bring those people back to buying the more current stuff, so maybe the chart goes more plateau-y. If my logic tracks at all.
No, I follow.
That's what you always see. Like, people fall off of buying the volume. So I'm wondering if they'll just get those people to continue. But we won't see that until, like, next year. We won't see the effect.
No, well, yeah.
With it ending, like, right in December, too. With hopefully a cliffhanger.
I'm thinking, too, now, where would season 3 end?
Oh, yeah, that's going to be Lord fucking knows. Maybe the army coming in. And then you're going to get the worst episode of your life 3 years after. Army's all done!
Because if they try and fit the entire Culling Games and Sukuna stuff into one season, it's going to flop.
But I don't know, man. I can't use Siri for that. I was gonna check how long Shibuya is, but it was like 50 some odd chapters.
Yeah, but the Culling Games is longer than that. I feel it's got to be.
It's got to be if you include the preparation too, because you have to go get Hakari.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Because you got to go. You got to add
but
that
it's
shit.
also all fights.
True, but
Like the Yuta Sendai fight could be done in one episode.
I didn't know that
If
Shibuya started so far back. 92 was... I just scrolled through and clicked 92. That's Mekamaru versus Mahito.
Oh my god.
So let's go up to like 130. Let's see where that is.
Well, that's not
Oh, Mahito's still on the panel. So this is Todo and Yuji versus Mahito.
Okay, so that's pretty damn close. So yeah, like around 50, almost 60.
Probably shouldn't have said that, but alright, let's skip ahead. 145. That's new stuff right there. That's like Culling Games. Yeah, because...
And then where are we at again? That's the start.
What the I just forgot how quick... Spoilers real quick. How quickly Choso and Yuji become allies. Because this is Yuta's appearance in front of Yuji. And he's with Choso.
Yeah. Yo was confronting them, and then Yuta literally comes in, no diffs Choso real quick.
Literally.
So,
that's
what chapter are we on
141. So it'll probably... So Shibuya, this arc will probably end around chapter 139-ish. We're on 241. So that's 100 chapters. You know what I mean? They can't do that in one season. And it's going to be another 20. It's going to be 130 chapters.
I have a good guess.
Later.
Yuki dying. Kenjaku getting Tengen and Yuki dying. And Choso escaping.
Mm.
I think that's also like a big point where the pace changed. Because that was right after all the fights.
Yeah, because soon after that, a couple chapters later, is Gojo coming out. No, you're right. There's a few more fights after that.
No,
right,
there's the soldiers, the weird angel chapter.
Yeah, you're right.
Sukuna taking over Megumi. I'm going to have to list this as like all capital spoilers.
Huge spoiler tag.
Gigantic spoiler tag.
We'll put it in the timestamps.
Yeah. Again, I think that's a big pacing part of the change too, because that's when it started getting into Kenjaku complicating the entire plot. For no
every chapter
reason.
For like 5 chapters straight.
Here's some soldiers. Oh, they don't matter. Here's a vengeful
for
spirit.
No payoff too, because none of what he's doing for the Culling Games have come to any fruition still.
Or Angel.
Yeah, the soldiers, the entirety of the I still hated that whole because I need to go back and trudge through.
There's like 3 chapters worth of complete fever dream.
No, I need to reread the setups of the Culling Games because that was so mind-numbingly boring to me when I was catching up to.
What, like the getting Hakuri and stuff?
Well, the getting Hakuri was alright, but then the explanation of what the Culling Games is, the fact that it's reviving I was just like, dude, when in one ear and out the air, next year with each page, I was just like, cool, whatever. Keep going, get me to something. What is happening here? I didn't like the Culling Games as a premise at all. It's like
I feel like it could have been good if we had the explanation parts more front loaded. Even like this has clearly happened in the past, and we still don't have any taste of what the fuck that was.
Death means nothing in JJK because you can just be brought back to life 300 years later to fight in some stupid thing.
I don't know if death feels like nothing because we haven't had a single character
come back.
Yeah.
But other than the Culling Games members from their flashbacks.
But I mean, an established character come back.
But I don't know. It's all
because they're not even significant people from the lore either. They're not bringing back the first guy that had Infinity or the first guy that had 10 Shadows that fought each other, or whoever Yuta's long distant relative is that Uro clearly knows.
Who do you think's stronger, the original or Gojo? That'd be an interesting
I bet Gojo. I have to think that it works kind of like science, like especially since they're passing down the same techniques, knowledge, like Gojo said, and that's how other people know his powers already. So I feel like starting from already knowing everything, you can keep innovating it more.
Yeah.
I would think.
I would think as well. I just cannot wait. I mean, it's going to be like 6 years from now, but I cannot wait to see the Gojo versus Sukuna stuff animated.
I can't wait to see most of the Culling Games fights animated, to be honest. They're all going to be better animated. Except for Higuruma. That one's probably just as good as it's going to get in manga. It wasn't the flashiest fights, unless Mappa adds a whole bunch of...
That was with Yuji, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was more of the thinking man's fight.
But that's my thing, though. Like, most of the Culling game... Not most, but like all the coolest people... were just brought there to bolster the fucking the main cast. You know what I mean? It's like, well, Fraudimo.
I don't want to say if it's all the coolest people.
Yeah.
My favorite of all the revived sorcerers died in one page, so...
Who's that?
Ishiguri. And Uro's not alive, I'm pretty sure.
Urume?
Uro, no, the girl that manipulates the sky.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty sure she died.
I'm pretty sure Yuta killed her, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, you had Kashimo.
Artist guy survived, but he's not fighting. He specifically said he's leaving.
Yeah.
Thank God. He was my least favorite Culling Games person introduced, period.
Is Higuruma a revived dude, or is he just...
he's an awakened.
Yeah, okay.
He's the only one Kenjaku says is interesting.
That's right. I remember that now.
I found that way more interesting, seeing people that are just regular people suddenly have powers. Well, Higuruma made it interesting, because he was an interesting character.
Yeah.
The way he went from being a lawyer to fucking killing people to that introduction of him in a bathtub with a full suit on. He just had the vibe.
Yeah. And now he's rolling up to Sukuna, King of Curses.
And then Reggie was just okay. Megumi's opponent, he was alright. He made Megumi look good, but he himself was alright.
I think he made Megumi look kind of... Well, everyone makes Megumi look bad because every fight Megumi comes to suicidal tendencies at the end with...
Yeah, but he led him to like a stadium to use his domain and shit. And there's stuff about like holding stuff in his shadows. And...
It was Megumi's best fight.
Yeah.
Other than when he first used his domain expansion.
Yeah, because that look on his face.
Yeah. Because there's only 2 fights where he wasn't contemplating summoning Maharaga.
Yeah. And then, obviously, the Yuta fight's going to slap so hard.
Well, anything Yuta is going to slap.
That fight is probably my favorite JJK manga fight.
Him versus the 3 of them.
Yeah. So good.
I love how he just comes in and just, like, no diffs the bug dude. Like, right off the bat. The bug thing comes back later, but then he's fighting...
He gives him that big old kiss blast to the brain.
I should reread it. That was fucking...
That fight slapped. I reread that fight. Because it was just so good. It's so fast. Because just...
Yuta's showing why he's number 2. Because he literally took on 3 people at the same time.
Yep.
And won. While the first half of the fight, Rika wasn't there.
Yeah. And he was trying not to use reverse curse technique at first.
Because he was trying to not let them know he could use it.
Yeah. And he had to kill the curse. But still, such a good fucking fight. Narratively and like cinematically. Because there's some great dialogue in there too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. And the Maki Naoya fight's going to be better animated. Any fight that has so much to do about speed is going to be better animated.
Yes, agreed.
I'm just still going to dislike random sumo interlude.
I also don't like
Sumo guy and sword guy were just the most random thing.
Let me put you in a domain expansion that works like the hyperbolic time chamber, so you can have a sumo match with someone to unlock your mental blockades that are stopping you from being what Toji is.
And this other rando's gonna hold off Naoya for a little bit.
Yeah, and it's just like, stupid.
It was bad.
It's like you did a sumo match. You come out of it past
Why
Toji.
couldn't you just have her find the realization on her own while fighting Naoya? Why did we need, like, even have the randos still there, but don't have, like, a random interlude?
Well, I will always, to the end of time, have problems with
The
power-ups
randos?
the way
Oh.
they just powered up Maki.
Yeah.
In that sense. Because her powers are all physical, not spiritually powered, cursed technique, cursed energy, or whatever. So because she came to terms with things, now suddenly she's physically stronger, faster, smarter, and all this shit just because she accepted who she is, and now she comes out like 5 times stronger. It's like I don't like that stuff at all.
It was not just accepting who you are, it was also like accepting like to enjoy the fight.
Yeah, but she comes out and just mollywops this dude. It's like
after getting beat up.
It's like your body didn't change. You didn't go through any training. I would understand if it was like, oh, your cursed energy was being held back by your mental barriers. But she has no cursed energy for that to happen. So it's literally relying on physical. And you don't just snap your fingers and your body's stronger. You got to train your body. So I hate those kind of bullshit power-ups. I loathe it. It's like, no. Get out of here with that stuff. So I don't like the Maki power-up from the sumo match at all.
I get what they're going for. It's more like releasing a mental block than anything. Like
I get that you want to get it
getting lost in the fight.
I get you want to put her on Toji's level, or in Gege's mind, on the page, narrator says surpass Toji at this point. Sure, but do it in a better way than just being like you had a conversation with someone in their domain and now you're just stronger.
Even just have that conversation while fighting Naoya. Why did it have to be a weird? Spatial time domain thing. Have them,
which is so stupid, the fact that she even had these blocks. Because how is she having a block when she just murdered the entire Zenin family 3 days prior?
Again, it's more of a mental block of like enjoying the fight instead of fighting like for vengeance. That's why like she came out of it like smiling, being like, "Yeah."
I don't know. I hated the whole situation.
I hated that. I just hated that it took like a sumo wrestler dude that no one knows and a sword dude that no one knows afterwards in a domain. Why couldn't it be Kamo and her talking through her problems while they fight Naoya? That would have been so much more compelling than sumo domain from a character not only wasn't important before, but is still not important.
Yeah. Didn't the sword guy die?
I don't think he did. I don't know.
And he came out of nowhere too. It's like the whole situation was bullshit. So it's like, you tell me 3 enemies all of a sudden just start, we'll just work together to kill this one guy. And then after we kill him, alright, we're just going to peace out. Alright, nice to meet you. Yeah, handshakes, goodbye. It's like, but you guys were just trying to kill each other 3 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Again,
they're clearly not important. They're not in the peanut gallery.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I didn't like that whole situation. But that's just me. Whatever. I'll live to tell another day. Oh, I need to change that. I just saw in the app that now, because I was flipping the chapters, the newest JJK chapter that I read was like 100 chapters ago. So, what else is new in the sphere of anime, manga, and games? Anything?
Frieren. That's about it.
Do you think you get confirmation if that DLC's coming to PS5 at the same day? Or?
Not 100% confirmation, but like loose confirmation. Loosey-goosey. I heard a couple creators say it's all platforms.
Even
and
if
again,
it's
they
like
rebuilt
delayed a
the
week.
whole database. Like, I bet it is. Those meteors that they added to the PC version are in the console version, so. And it literally says, like, we did not forget you, so. Better not. Better not continue to forget me. But I did also buy Risk of Rain Returns, the remake of Risk of Rain 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
My first run, I got past stage 1, and I haven't gotten past stage 1 since. I played like 5 runs. It's fucking hard. I've beaten Risk of Raid 1 before. I have. I don't know if it's the remake or me being rusty because it's been like a year or 2 since I touched Risk of Raid 1. But it's fucking hard.
I've still never even beat Risk of Rain 2. Yeah, going through we've gone through. I've been to the final.
I'm pretty sure you don't even need to buy the DLC to play it actually too. Well, I don't think you play the new Survivors, but I think you play like all the other
I've had it. I'm sure I just have to re-download it.
And small.
Before. But, first off, not only is my system full again, because I deleted Baldur's Gate temporarily. It'll be back for the new Spider-Man game, which is fucking dope. The Venom suit is so fucking good.
Nice.
As soon as you get that, you just feel the power increase. You're like, wow. Like, your punches just feel weightier, and then the abilities it comes with are just... It's just all good. And then Miles is just amazing. All of his other powers, his invisibility and his electrical powers on top of all the web stuff. The swinging is great. I thought that when I watched all the stuff, I thought that the web gliders would be stupid because you basically
redundant. A hat on a hat.
Yeah, but it's comic accurate. You look back at if Spider-Man has those web gliders in multiple different comic books, but also it makes travel so much easier. It does. It just does. I love web swinging as much as the next guy, but there's certain points where you're just not flying through super high buildings, so it makes web swinging a little slower and harder, and just way better to just web glide and fast it. So I got that, and then Persona 5 Tactica comes out this week.
Nice.
So I'll be getting that.
I'm waiting for
maybe 4. Not this week, because I'm just so ready to delete Diablo, dude. I just am. 2 more trophies. That's it.
So you still need the hardcore one.
Yep.
1 more trophy.
Hardcore and Uber List.
Not that I'm deleting it. So
I'm getting it though, because I log in and I farm out 1 Tree of Whispers, and it's 2 levels.
Nice.
So the act of farming out the points for the Tree of Whispers is a level in a little bit, and then turning in gets me the next level.
Also, I was thinking, if you're looking for better gear, it sounds obvious coming out of my mouth like this, but do higher level nightmare dungeons, because the higher level the enemy, the more it brings up the minimum level items can drop at. So if you don't want to do Helltide, fight as high of a level as you possibly can for nightmare dungeons.
It's not very high. When I was farming to get to the 100 mark, it was tough to fight. The level 105s was already pretty brutal.
I know at 154, the highest possible level mobs you can get to, I'm pretty sure.
It's a weird number, but okay.
Because it's tier 100, and the enemies are always 54 levels above whatever the tier says. Mm-hmm. So 154 would be the highest level.
Makes sense. And
at that level, they should be guaranteeing 920s or 925. I think the floor goes up so high that the range it could drop in is literally just 920.
What's the highest item level?
925.
925 is the highest?
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm not that far off. I have a few that are high 800s and ones that are low 900s, so...
That are farm uberdurial. But that's not as easy to just farm.
That's all it is farm. But I don't know, because...
Supposedly he drops guaranteed 925 with full stat rolls, so that'd be the best possible drops. But that's also if it drops something viable for your build.
Exactly. I don't know. We've talked about it before. There's just too many stats in the game.
They need to call at least half the affixes. At least, but it's probably even more than that.
This isn't...
Reduce all of the ones that say damage to a specific CC type into damage to CC.
Resistance to a certain type to resistance. Well, that's only like 5, so maybe not that much.
Yeah, like 4 even, because there's no physical resistance. It's just armor, so it'd just be the... Oh, no, it is 5, isn't it? Fire, ice, lightning, shadow, poison. Yeah, 5. Plus, I mean, 4 of mine are capped, and my shadow's at 66.
There you go.
But mostly just, like, shit like that. Like, damage to poison enemies, damage with poison, damage reduction from enemies that are poisoned. Those are all stats that can roll on my shit. Critical strike damage with lightning skills.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Or fire.
Ugh.
Or ice.
All of those gone. Just crit damage, please.
Yeah.
Just crit damage.
And then there's crit chance, and then there's fucking...
Which is also fine. Thank God crit chance isn't broken down like crit damages, where it'd be like crit chance to things that are poisoned.
Then there's other stupid shit you can get too, like healing over time. Healing from your potion.
Healing from your potions. Garbo. Movement speed after killing an elite. Ugh. 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 Puh. I spit at you. Shrine duration. Puh. I spit at you. Yeah. That might be my least favorite stat on anything possible. Because at least every other stat, I'm like, that could be useful in some way. Shrine duration can't. Fuck out of here.
But, like I said to our friend today, if the 3 of us right now went up against Uber Lilith, I think we could beat her.
I don't know about that.
He got her to halfway by himself today.
Well, I still have to at least try her to know if I can dodge these waves or not before I can say my contribution will mean anything.
I got her to the first health potion before she used the first wave.
See, I just don't have that.
And
kind
as
of
long
damage.
as if you're at, I think you do because I've ran Nightmare Dungeons with you. Your single target's higher than mine is.
I don't think my single target's higher. I don't.
I do.
I think my AoE's insane. But my single target's not.
Because my AoE's, my single target's ass. My AoE's insane, but because if I come across one enemy, it takes me I feel like it's forever. But I was like, if there's 4 of you, you die faster than because there's more stuff to bounce off of.
Yeah, like more things for chain lightnings to hit, more.
So.
I worry because one of my best fucking legendary nodes is like a massive damage boost if there's 3 poisoned enemies near me.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm all melee. That's my other worry because she spawns most of the waves. Like one row of the waves is right in front of her. I have to know when to dodge these fucking things.
But also at the same time, you are tankier than me.
I am. I'm wondering if I could survive them, but I've literally never seen. Oh, you have? You can survive a wave? If you could survive a wave.
But I had full health and a shield.
And shield?
Yeah.
Because my health bar's fucking huge, and I'm almost always capped on Fortify. Because my ultimate gives me.
What does Fortify do? Please explain to me. For real.
So,
because, I've been fortified and I still take damage from my health, so I don't understand what it is.
For the amount of the health that you have fortified, there's a damage reduction.
I see. Okay. Because I have it on
I don't know how it works when you're above that amount, and let's say it takes half your health. I don't know if it damage reduces that, or if you have to already be fortified.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know. My ultimate gives me constant fortify. Getting hit has a chance to fortify me. And my ult's only on a 17-second cooldown right now.
There you go.
Once it wears off.
So if you have Fortify up and you're at full health, you're going to survive the wave.
I think so. I'm pretty confident. I think it's a 25% damage reduction at base, and stats can affect it too. On top of my other damage reduction stuff.
And the good thing... So it really, all we got to do is learn the pattern then. So we die a few times to keep spawning in, learn the pattern. And then
there is some one-tap stuff in the second phase, too, because that health bar is just the first phase. That whole health bar.
Yeah.
She dies and comes back.
I didn't know that part.
To a second phase, yes.
Because I've seen so many videos of them beating her in 2 seconds, so I just saw the first health bar go away. I didn't know she comes back and they do it again.
Sure do.
But I mean, maybe we try it. We get close. We fail a few times. Then we just go get better gear. We meet up again some other time.
I don't have much room for better gear.
Neither do I.
To be honest,
I need
piece.
drops of the same gear but better.
I mean, I'm getting pretty close. Like head, chest, arms, legs, feet. I have 2 weapons because I'm one-handed. 3 accessory slots. I'd say at least 8 of my pieces are over 900. I know my necklace definitely isn't, and one of my rings definitely isn't. But even my legendary piece that I just replaced, my chest, is 908.
I might wait because you get the plus in the parentheses from upgrading.
Yeah.
So with that, it'll put me above the 900 range.
This is before pluses. This is not including the plus from upgrading. That's
I got
next to the number.
One piece that's a 900 and above.
The only thing I can really do a lot better on is my necklace, which is 785, because the substats are just so fucking good. I haven't had the heart to replace it with anything. Like the actual
this is
stats
0%. Unless I get the exact same unique that's a higher item level, I will never replace mine, because that's the one where when I pick up a crackling energy, it explodes in a nova.
See, I feel like uniques are at least easier to replace because they have guaranteed stats. You just need a higher eye level of the unique. This necklace is such a fucking bitch because of how many affixes can roll on it.
Well, that's what sucks too. You're trying to farm Duriel or these things for uniques. How many different uniques are possible to drop, and they only drop like 2 of them? How many uniques are in the game?
Oh, a lot.
30, 40?
A lot. No,
yeah.
A lot. I'm pretty sure.
That? And all I can get is Mother's Embrace. That fucking
there's probably
shit
like
ring.
Maybe 30 or 40 that can drop to your character. Because I don't think you can even have like a barbarian only unique drop for you.
Oh, that's good.
I don't think it hasn't happened to me, and I've been doing these bosses a fuck.
I would be furious if it did. But we're all 100 now. Well, he's 95.
His seasonal character is 95. We cannot play with his seasonal character.
Yeah, I mean, he can bring that to the Eternal Realm after the season.
January. I'm just saying.
But what level is his Necromancer? 80 something,
like high
right?
80s, low 90s.
Yeah.
I think high 80s though. I think the last time he played it was when we played together.
It would suck too, though. You'd want the Barbarian over the Necromancer, in my opinion. Let him tank some of that shit.
I don't know. I mean, we can't see the minions, but the minions will. We can't see them well.
Well, he doesn't run minions on his.
Oh yeah.
He runs all sacrifice, and makes it harder for us to see because he's got the shadow pools.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
It makes Barshon impossible. Where his pools go is where the safe spaces are, but not like a full circle around Barshan either. It's a pattern around Barshan to stand in. The whole pool eats that. I was trying to find like at least an easy to read list of the uniques, but no, that's not happening.
Oh yeah, there's Uber uniques, right? How many of those are there? There's only like 7 or 8, right? Yes, count the numbers. There's way more than I thought there was.
78.
78 uniques.
Yep, but
does that count?
Some of those are that was class specific ones counted in there, so you could chop like at least like half that list off for what can drop for your character.
Oh, probably a little bit more than that.
And then those are divided among the new bosses for loot pools.
Also, the world bosses too, right? Because they drop uniques.
I mean, everything still has a chance to, but for like targeting specific uniques, each boss has a specific pool, like distributed of them, and all of the Uber uniques are also on Duriel.
And Uber Lilith, I assume.
I have no clue what Uber Lilith drops. I don't think they even guaranteed anything for Uber Lilith.
Which is horseshit, because she was the only...
I still don't even care, because like once you beat the literal hardest boss, I don't care what I get.
I would want something.
I'll get that trophy is what I'll get.
Yeah, but then it's like, oh, you got this cool thing. Now what do I do with it?
Do I take it to Lilith again?
Right. Make it slightly faster.
I'm so happy for Duriel. It's something to farm so that I can bring my Uber unique to Lilith. There's one I want. I'm not going to farm Duriel to get it because I hear people doing Duriel 7 times and not getting one of the Ubers. So I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and continuously farm. Well, I literally can't with fucking how many hell tides it takes. I literally can't. I could do like 5 Varshans for every 1 Grigor I can fight.
Yeah, well, I mean, I could do, no shit, I could probably do 6 Varshans straight right now. With the number of body parts that I have.
I have 5 of the eggs that drop from Varshan and only 2 of the shards that drop from Grigor.
Which allow you to fight
Duriel. So I have 1 Duriel summon right now across that. And except for today, when I play and Helltide pops, I go in, get my 300 cinders, get the living steel, get out. Every time, except for today. Today I just hammered Nightmare Dungeons because I don't feel like it.
I was gonna do Helltide today, but it wasn't up.
I would do exactly what I just said. Go in, farm 300 cinders while moving across the Helltide to try to find this fucking chest, which is like, it's so much easier than the mystery chest because there's a giant fucking boss tethered to the chest.
And so far as I'm aware, it doesn't move.
No, I don't think so. And I think it's in the same spot. Like if yesterday you did Ked Bardu Helltide and you get the same Helltide the next day, I think that chest will be in the exact same spot day 2. Just fun fact.
So what do you get from that? What is this you're saying?
You get living steel, which is what you need to summon the lightning boss, which is what you need to get the shards to get to Duriel.
I don't think I've fought the lightning boss yet.
He's probably the coolest mechanically because the whole room is filled with the lightning pylons and they'll like make like paths that you have to follow, like little like mazes out of lightning tethers. Super cool. And then he'll also like electrify the ground in like telegraphed patterns.
Yeah.
So he'll literally leave, it'll lightning make a maze, and then the tiles will start coming up. It's just a cool fight. And it's not that hard.
I need to try Varshan again to see now, because I haven't done them.
I think
swear
not since not that bad.
Well, now that I'm 100, because I was fighting him in the low 80s.
And also pop a shadow resist potion. That's shadow damage he's doing.
Well, first off, I need to make more potions, because I was popping potions while I was doing all my Nightmare Dungeons.
Yeah.
And you only get 2 Nightmare Dungeons per potion, so...
Thankfully, I didn't pop any of my elemental ones while I do it.
Oh, I popped whatever, because I'm a lot less picky than you are with Nightmare Dungeons. I'll do fucking whatever. Like, look at all this, like, 7 aspects, all directed at the monsters doing poison damage to me. Sure, I'll do it. I'll just bring a poison potion. Poison.
I salvage all that shit. And I use my potions on the new bosses. Every once in a while, like, if I'm about to refresh my elixir and I'm like, oh, man, I really don't want to use my other ones, I'll check if there's an affix for, like, monster cold damage, and I'll pop a cold.
Well, that's my problem, is that I was doing that in every Nightmare Dungeon for a while. And then I started with, when I got into like the 87 and higher levels, I went and I made a bunch of potent armor, which gave me 400 towards my armor rating. And then the poison ones for when poison damage came around. And I just used those. Most of the time, used the armor, just higher defense. You know what I mean? Just live longer.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm tempted to bring against fucking... It's what I probably should bring against Uber Lilith. Is like the best armor one, which I believe gives you...
Probably the best. I think I'm going to pick my best damage potion, which I've been holding on to for fucking ever. I have like a 30% critical damage potion.
There's I don't know if you can make them, because I've gotten...
Like, oh yeah, I've gotten potions that I cannot make.
That
cooldown, resource cost.
No, well, one I got that I've gotten it a few times, but plus 900 armor rating.
So I just popped one of those today.
I'm like, that's so much.
Yeah.
That's like 4 armor pieces worth of armor rating.
Fucking nasty.
I'll take that all day. I'll take that straight to Uber Lilith and tank those fucking waves.
That's why I have one of these huge crit damage ones that I've been looking at it for like months. Like,
you're all about the crits anyway, so your damage...
I'm almost at 500% crit damage. I checked my stats today. I think I'm in the 480% crit damage for just the flat crit damage. That's not like crit damage with werewolf skills added, right? That's just crit damage bonus.
I need to go through and fix all my FXs on some of them because I
I have some fixing to do. I lost a lot of crit chance actually over the course of since the last patch. I went from 38% to 27% crit chance right now.
I'm in. My problem is the mats. I was low in those. I have 100 million plus gold.
Damn.
I'm probably at like 140.
Okay, because you don't do much re-rolling, do you?
I didn't need to because for 13 levels I didn't get a single piece of gear that increased my thing. So I'm just farming nightmare dungeons and then in my free time getting 3 million a pop for fucking whispers.
I did like at least 10 nightmare dungeons today. I might have kept 2 pieces of gear and I filled my inventory every single nightmare dungeon.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's awful.
Terrible.
Absolutely
like,
terrible. I got a new hat.
I really thought that getting rid of sacred drops would help with that. It didn't help at all.
No.
I still get bullshit.
So that's
and I don't pick up any white or blue gear. Not that I ever see any anymore. Like, it's very rare.
No, it's supposed to drop as just mats now. Though I don't think that's working perfectly because I still see sacred once in a while.
And I still see blue items.
Yeah.
And white as well. I'll open.
I rarely see white. The only time I see white these days is when I like break a pot, and it's like white item.
That's when that or when you open the chest that just throws out gold and
Garbo
potions. You know what I mean? Sometimes a fucking blue or white item pops out of that, and I'm like, well, I'll just run around a circle, get this gold, and skedaddle.
Let me start trying Uber Lilith together now.
Yeah, at least Uber Lilith you can just go and do. You don't need mats to go do it. But I'll try out some of these bosses, Varshan, because like I said, I can summon. Like
Varshan's not bad without giant shadow puddles in the middle. Because again, it's a little shady, but there's pretty clear patches of ground where you're supposed to stand.
It's just dodging those AoEs. If I learn that pattern, it's fine.
You'll definitely be able to learn that pattern.
Yeah,
it's not bad. If anything, I actually find his autos way more annoying. That section in between he does the waves or spawning minions, where he's just slapping around and shooting out the things and shielding himself when he hits you. I think it saps your mana too. It's just like...
That's the worst for me.
So fucking annoying. So I'm always like dodging around his shoulder constantly because I'm like, I don't want to deal with that. You're not a threat to me, but you're annoying the fuck out of me. He fought the blood guy, right? The world boss one? Tide one? Lord Zer? Someone's like blood pools?
Nope. What's Helltide, you saying? Or world boss?
No, he's off of world bosses and Legion events. You get... I think it's called Exquisite Blood.
Oh, no, I haven't done that. I have enough to summon him, I know that much. And what's the darker blood, the black blood vial thing? Because Exquisite Blood's like a rectangular item and it's red. There's another one you get from Nightmare Dungeons that's
white stuff?
Black or whatever.
Because there's a white vial you get from that to make the glacial sigil to fight Beast in Ice.
Oh, okay, yeah, because that I probably have like 30 of those.
Yeah, you most definitely should by now.
I have a very large amount of those. But that ice guy, when we fought him, he had a huge health bar. I don't know, it's just because there was multiple of us.
It might be.
It'd be a lot low, so I don't know.
I still haven't fought him solo, so.
Neither have I.
He's
a whole ass nightmare dungeon too, though, and I'm not looking forward. I'm not trying to do.
I wouldn't call it whole ass, but yeah, it's bigger than the entrances for all of the other bosses. Because Grigor's got kind of a big, like, entryway to his too. To be honest, it's not as big as Beast and Ice's is, but
Grigor's the vampire guy.
Grigor's the lightning one.
Lightning one, yes, okay.
So it's like bigger than Varshan's, definitely smaller than the Beast and Ice's was. Yeah, one more thing I wanted to say before we end this, though.
Yes.
Who do you think would win a 3-way fight between Kaneki, Denji, and Yuji? I had a few others there, but I'll save those for other times.
I saw one. I'll answer this in a second, but I watched a short today of some. There's like a list of a few matchups, and I was like, "You're wrong." I'm like all of these, but okay.
I haven't thought about this much either. I was just writing down weird matchups that I could bring to episodes.
Is this one you wrote down or one you saw somewhere?
No, one I came up all on my own.
Yuji, Kaneki, and who? Denji?
Denji. Yep.
I'd give it to Yuji.
You give it to Yuji?
I'd give it to Yuji. Denji.
I think Yuji's definitely my third place.
Well, okay.
In this.
Kaneki, Denji, Yuji wins. Kaneki, Yuji, Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man.
Well, I'm not doing Black Chainsaw Man, but it's Denji regular Chainsaw Man. That's
just where he's got the chainsaw at the head.
And anything else he came up with, like the legs, using the rip cords. Because he did come up with those tricks on his own, too.
See, because that's probably the thing, because Yuji's not chainsaw proof.
No.
And neither is Kaneki. But Kaneki's his
which
arms
are more durable.
Totally would be.
I thought Yuji, just because I tried like matching like a power level without even think beyond trying to like get a general level of power.
Because so like I said, the manga does Tokyo Ghoul dirty. So Kaneki, after the torture stuff, because how he gets his power to even get strong enough. Well, he was always strong enough, because that's what a big plot point was. He was always powerful enough to beat Jason. He was just afraid of Jason and afraid of conflict. So he just never fought him and got himself into trouble, and people died because of it.
He lost the vibe check.
But he cannibalizes ghouls. That's what because he still doesn't eat humans, so he turns to cannibalism. So he eats ghouls, but has severe effects on ghouls. I forget. I don't know how to look it up, but he has a form that he's more like centipede-esque.
Well, I haven't. I saw him go berserk in the anime.
Centipede form. That thing, right.
Yeah.
He would. This thing is so hard. There's 0% chance that Denji's chainsaws are cutting this. It's just not happening. So
they beat Yuji, and then they have to go Black Saw Man versus Centipede form.
Yeah. So I would think if it's just like their normal states, like just normal Kaneki versus normal Yuji versus normal
Chainsaw
Denji,
Man. Yeah.
I think Yuji wins that. But then if you want to bring in these forms, like he has this centipede, because he's like, his mind is not right in this, and then neither is Denji in his thing, and then Yuji doesn't have one. I'm not going to.
To be fair, I think Denji being not in his right mind is a buff for Denji. I think it was way more efficient that way.
Yeah, so I think that if it's that way, where it's like the Chainsaw Man sitting in the burger house with Kobeni, that dude's taking that fight.
I think that guy's taking it. I don't know for the base. I kind of want to give it to Kaneki. I think Yuji's having actual martial arts training does make a big difference when it comes to trying to fight Chainsaw Man.
So this is my thing. I still give it to Yuji because it's difficult though, because if Yuji's fast enough to get in to land a hit on Kaneki, because
it could be Gojo over.
We've seen like I said, he fucking collapsed in skyscrapers with his punches and stuff like that. Tokyo Ghoul is not like that. I mean, ghouls are more resilient, obviously. They survive like steel beams. Not really, though, because steel beams fell on Rize in the first episode, and she's one of the strongest ghouls, and she dies from that shit.
Let's not bring it to steel beams. That might be a hard counter.
It's a hard counter. So I think that
I think of just having those 4 thick things to fight with, though.
They're long range, too.
We've also literally seen Yuji have a fight where the whole narrative of the fight was, I have 4 arms, he has 2. Why am I losing?
But
he's obviously not the grasshopper curse. Yeah,
Kaneki cannot be understated. The stakes this guy goes to learn martial arts. after the torture scene. Like I said,
Ooh.
he is a savage, dude. Kaneki in the manga afterwards, like when he is the leader of his own gang.
See,
Because he
even
beats,
more makes me think
he beats
Yuji.
I forget his name, the guy with the white hair.
Creepy guy?
No.
Or the tall guy.
The tall Paladin man. He beats him 1-on-1. Granted, he kind of lets him do it, but like 1-on-1 in the verse, there's nobody that's gonna beat Kaneki in his verse. Like he's just his martial arts. He's jacked too. Like Kaneki like works out every day to make sure he's strong enough to protect the people he wants. Like he puts in the work. You know what I mean? He ain't just strong because of Rize's abilities on him. You know what I mean? He takes that to next level. Not to say that Yuji doesn't. Yeah. Denji does not.
Denji's a man with chainsaws on his arms.
Exactly, that flails around with them.
The thing with Denji is, though, he's got the best staying power in
regeneration.
Yes.
Kaneki and Yuji do not have that.
Especially, let's say he does get one of those Kogane cut. Do you bleed from those things?
It'd grow back eventually, but for the rest of the fight, he wouldn't have access to it.
But does he bleed from it?
I
feel like Tokyo Ghoul would explicitly show if it bled or not.
Probably, because he's never had it cut. He ate Jason's. I think the name it has is like katakana or something. Is what Kogane. Well, katakana is the name of this one. That come, I think, of the cannibalized version. I think I could be wrong, but so he eats the Kogane out of Jason, but purposefully leaves a little bit so he stays alive.
I was just wondering.
So yes,
because Denji also does need to drink blood to keep regenerating eventually.
Yeah,
he'll get a couple pumps out of it.
My thing is he can be beaten into submission though, because Kishibe does it to both him and Power.
Yeah.
So I think Kaneki would be able to do that to him eventually. I mean, Denji's going to bounce back quite a few times, but Denji's not going to be doing the damage to this thing that he did to the, the Infinity Devil, the one in the hotel. He ain't going to be sustaining himself like that off Kaneki. And
the problem with Kaneki is he has to block with an extension of his body.
Yeah.
That's the part that's going to hurt him against both of them. Because he'll have to block Yuji's punches, which are like you said, really serious.
So that's definitely you can make an argument for each of them. I think Yuji has the serious.
I think he has the best,
the worst defense abilities out of them, because everything that Yuji's going to do, he's going to be blocking with his arm. Like look at his fight with Choso. It was a battle of attrition that he was losing because Choso
got straight up fucking stabbed
and shit, and you're fighting chainsaws. You know
constant what I mean? Chainsaws.
And we know, maybe not, because we just saw Daddy Nanami gets cut across the chest and it not cut him. Yeah. But normal, there's knives and stuff that cut people in the JJK world. So chainsaws, you would assume, would be. Maybe the aura he can put around his hands might be able to block it too a little bit.
So maybe Denji would have to get creative with the largest quotes fucking possible.
I think that at the base forms, Denji honestly has the most work, because also
I think he's the most
inexperienced fighter.
He's absolutely the most experienced fighter.
The other two are trained martial arts.
His only benefit is, again, blocking him's a bitch.
Yes. But
Kaneki, dodging him is totally viable.
Which is
too.
Honestly Kaneki's fighting style. Kaneki doesn't block; he dodges. Yeah. That's a lot of what he does. He weaves in between attacks and stuff. That's like his fighting style. So,
Emo boy.
Yeah. So I think that this guy takes it.
I think he does too. I think that mid range is brutal.
Agreed.
I think Denji won't be able to get in to really hit that body, whether he cuts through the Kogane or not. He'll cut through. If he cuts through one, Kaneki's not about to fish up the other three to him as easy fodder. And then that mid range is gonna be nasty against Yuji. Despite him outspeeding the four arms of the grasshopper, it's still Kaneki's a master keeping that mid-range there with those fucking things.
Yeah, Kaneki's a really good fighter towards once he starts learning and devoting literally
Cross that one up.
15 hours a day to training. But real quick, just to try and remember it, it was the top one was a 1v1 of two people. I just forget that. Meliodas versus Asta from Black Clover. So the guy was saying,
What is
I know.
Weird fucking matchup.
So the guy in the short was saying that Asta takes it because his magic is anti-demon and stuff, but I'm like, you don't understand the power scaling that gets involved in the last seasons of fucking...
Well, Seven Deadly Sins in general,
Yeah.
they're gods from the start.
So I think that Meliodas wins that.
I have to see the ends of Seven Deadly Sins for myself, because I know a shitload about Black Clover, but I don't know so much about...
Right.
Also, I don't think Asta's inherently anti-demon. If he was anti-demon, all of his devil fights would have been 1,000 times easier.
That's just what he was saying. Again, I'm too early in
don't think it's even factual.
And
there is magic in Seven Deadly Sins, though. Not that Meliodas uses any of it. I have to see for myself what Meliodas calcs at. But Asta's really fucking fast and strong, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's going to be the Wizard King, so...
He's going to be the Wizard King.
I forget one of them. I definitely don't remember.
Like, combat prowess, like, training, like we were just saying with, like, Yuji and Kaneki, I definitely think Asta has, like, the training.
Well, you gotta think Meliodas is super old, too.
He's super old. He was a soldier, but he's also a goofball his whole fucking life.
Old as in, like, he's young in body. He's just lived. He's lived long. One of them, I believe it was just the Naruto squad of JJK versus the Naruto squad of Chainsaw Man. So Megumin...
I thought that... I tried doing, like, squad stuff, too.
It was Megumin, Yuji, and Nobara versus Power, Denji, and Aki.
Aki sweeps it.
Yeah.
Aki specifically.
Cone.
Yes. Specifically Aki.
Yeah.
Cone and the curse thing. If we're talking before he stopped using the curse thing.
The sword? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a kill. If he hits you 3 times, that you are dead.
Yes.
If it's after he gets rid of the curse thing, he has future sight.
The only thing but Megumin has a domain expansion would be the only thing, but...
And hiding in the shadows.
Yeah.
To get away from Aki.
But Nobara... I'm sorry, it's not doing much. I mean, I think...
She's also their only ranged fighter.
And I think Power...
Directly.
I think Power would be able to take her.
I think the problem is... Aki gets all the time in the world to do what he thinks is strategically perfect, while Power and Denji are wreaking havoc as distractions.
Because
Because of that, Aki's gonna take it.
Yeah, because no matter what the JJK team does to Power and Denji, they have to kill them multiple times. They're just gonna get right back up. So doing that gives Aki time to do whatever he wants.
Going done.
Then the last one is just
That's
so
why you're on board with
stupid.
me there. Aki just fucking annihilates.
This last one's so stupid, but it was Krillin, Yamcha, and Tien versus the entire Gote 13.
I mean, I wanted to... No matter what you were going to say, I was ready to blurt out Krillin, Yamcha, Tien, first of all.
Until I said the Gote 13.
Yeah, and then I'm like, where are the hacks? There are hacks in here somewhere. Do I have to include Aizen? If Aizen's there, they lose.
The picture that he showed was the Gote 13 from the 1,000-Year Blood War arc at the beginning while all of them are alive. So Yamamoto was in the picture, Kenpachi.
Yamamoto was in the picture.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. When I imagine them face-to-face fighting, I still see Krillin, Yamcha, Tien winning. Whatever. But then I'm like, Yamamoto's up in Soul Society, does his Bankai, gets rid of your universe's existence. Burns it into nothing. So...
And then just it's like, I don't know, man, because like
I even
the
even
physical power scaling of the three is like way higher, but they have no hacks. Like Destructo Disc is their biggest hacks, I should say solar flare. But it's like,
can you is Goku immune to the sun? I know Goku's not part of the squad. This is just for like power scaling reasons. Have we seen if Goku can be thrown into the sun or not? Because Yamamoto's fucking sword was at the fucking temperature of the sun. Or his armor. One of the two was the temperature of the goddamn sun.
I'm gonna say no, because Frieza uses a mini sun to destroy the entirety of Planet
that
Vegeta.
was looking pretty fucking effective.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and they can't breathe in. None of them can breathe in space.
I would imagine
not the Gote either.
Because it's so hard to imagine what level, without doing nerdy ass math for nerds, what would hurt a Dragon Ball character, again with the nerd scaling. Yeah. But in my mind, in my brain, my big Chad brain that says fuck math, I think Zanken no Tachi would just fucking disintegrate a person. Yeah, even Krillin, Yamcha, or Tien.
That's the big thing too, because power scaling in
Dragon Ball's so wacky.
Good, it's all over the place. Because Goku's strong enough to fight inter-universal threats, but then he lowers his god real quick, and a Freezer soldier shoots him with a laser gun through the chest, and he almost dies.
Yeah.
While he's in Super Saiyan Blue, I think, right? Or was he powered down?
I mean, he was still in a part of his life where he could go Super Saiyan Blue, though.
Yes.
Let's put it that way.
It was in the Frieza movie. The Resurrection of F. I was like, oh my god.
So yeah, I really do think Zanken no Tachi would just, like, delete your chest.
Because it's the few captains, though. Because, like, a lot of them aren't going to do anything. But like,
notice I haven't even brought up any other captions yet.
But they don't because the big things too.
I also don't know personally anything about Ukitake's full capability or Shunsui.
Shunsui's Bankai is outrageous. It would fucking level the playing field between. The problem is he wouldn't want to do it near his allies, and neither would Shinji. But Shinji's Bankai is another.
Shinji in the Core Guard squad?
He is.
That time? Oh my god, I didn't know he.
His Bankai is perfect for this scenario because it's a mental thing, and DBZ has no mental protections and stuff like that. It makes you think your allies are enemies and you fight them. So it would make Yamcha, Tien, and Krillin fight each other.
DBZ would totally play that for laughs too.
Yeah.
If they want to say it's against like their universe, no, it's not. They would love that shit.
Yeah. But then there's like other stupid stuff like Ice from Hitsugai. I don't think is gonna do much.
No, I don't think Byakuya is gonna do much.
I love Soifan, but she ain't gonna do much. Byakuya too.
Yeah, we're not gonna make the.
I don't think.
We're not gonna say any instant death of Soifan. Not that she wouldn't hit them. So
no. She's always been shown to be slower than almost every person she's fought, even though she's supposed to be. She's supposed to be the quote unquote fastest captain.
But she's got fucking nothing unless Komamura's got something in his bag. I don't know.
You'll see his entire bag in Core 2 whenever you watch that.
Okay.
He fights Bambietta, and you'll see the entirety of what he's got to offer, and you'll be like,
Don't tell me he turns human again. You better not.
There's a human form he has, but it's temporary? A temporary form with a huge downside.
Okay, good.
It's quite the step of like this what you have to do to access the form is kind of wild to rip your own heart out and put it in a bowl type thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Talk about a ritual spell, am I right?
Yeah. So,
but yeah,
so I think because Yamamoto's there, they win. And Yamamoto, Shinji, and Shunsui. If Shunsui uses his Bankai. But again, it would affect everyone in the area because it basically puts everyone...
Could Ukitake just like a Kamea wave though?
Probably. I mean,
I
we
would
haven't seen
equalize.
a limit of how
much he can do it with.
Yeah, because Stark was testing it purposefully against him, using
like a Stark thing to do.
different ranges of power, but there was never one that Ukitake wasn't able to do it. But because when he absorbs it, he can shoot it back at you at varying different ranges of power and speed.
Oh, so he could choose it too?
Yeah, because he has the little cards in between that would affect the output outward and the speed outward, so he can increase the speed that it came in at back towards you or buff its power a little bit. And we don't ever see his Bankai.
Sag.
I actually think he's the only captain we never see their Bankai. I think we've seen
Sag.
every captain's Bankai except him. But he has special his case is special.
Bankai. What does your Bankai do? Your attacks never happen and you just die when you do them.
I lied. Technically, Aizen was a captain once and we never see his Bankai.
Yes.
But I think that's more of Kubo being like, I can't top his Shikai.
I should have made his Shikai his Bankai.
Yes.
And his lies his Shikai.
Oh, shit. But I think that's a good place to end it.
Yes, I wanted to leave you with the question, though.
Oh.
For next time.
Question for next time.
Think of a Shonen Jump character you'd want in each role of Jump Assemble.
Oh, jeez. I will do my best.
Well, each MOBA role to be.
So, 5 characters.
One for each MOBA role. Jump specifically, and obviously not already in the roster.
I'll do my best.
I'll try to remind you.
During the week. But yes. It's been the Dukes of Weepdom.
Dukes of Weepdom!
39.
Oh, and if you have an answer for Kaneki versus Denji versus Yuji, leave it in the comments.
Well, Spotify doesn't have comments.
I have no clue how this works.
Spotify comments? I've never seen.
Leave it on my Twitter.
Yeah,
I don't go on Spotify.
At the Manga Scrub or Thibond. Thibond. Underscore. Unfortunately, because some asshole out there has it. But not the name. But take care, y'all.
Peace.